everyone, Ben from Bangin Beers Podcast. Got Tony right across the way from me. Cheesefoot back with coming back here. Tony's dad,
Nailed
senior. And then Andy Hare, which is kind of looking like me at some point in time, here at the table.
Listen, there's no barbers. It happens.
I know. So for today's lineup, we have 2 imprint collabs with Lost Tavern and Stable 12 for our showcase. We also have Night Pudding, Nitro Breakfast, Winston Churchill Stout from Warhorse, and an other half stout then too. So
Okay.
let's go for it.
Alrighty. There's Ben's interest. What do you think? What do you think of that?
Killed it.
Nailed it, Ben.
Nailed it.
All right.
All right. So yeah, like I said, Ben,
I'm like out of fucking breath.
yeah, it's
After
You got to
that
do the
fucking
Ace Ventura.
sucks.
it's like been putting this.
I gotta run. I gotta run, man.
It gets a little nerve wracking sometimes, right? It's
well-
there's a little something to it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, all right.
But hey, people got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I hope they did.
No, it's good. I'm glad you're.
I know everybody got a kick out of it.
You got a little of those jitters. I'm glad you felt them out a little bit. That's good. Good. Makes you appreciate the host a little more. Fucker. No, I'm joking.
I'll cut your shit.
Yeah, so like Ben said, we did make a promise that we are going to feature more Pennsylvania breweries. So kind of what our new game plan going is it's going to be bi-weekly every week. So 1 week is me and Ben are going to take a travel out to a brewery, try to get some Pennsylvania stuff. And then the following week, we're going to make a post out to our people that are on the page and say, hey, we're going to showcase the Cake Stand. We're going to showcase the Beer Shack. We're going to showcase Craft House in Minersville. How you're will be branching out in New York.
Branching out,
yeah.
wow.
So, we'll try to do, like, obviously we can't do a whole episode of branching out unless we all throw you some money or say, hey, you know what I mean? But we'll try to showcase one place, like a distribution place, and say all these beers are from this place. What we're going to do is we're probably going to release an episode or 2 ahead. I want to kind of put us that we're not ahead a week anymore, because if we do something and we distribute a brewery and we're like, or a brewery, or there's a new can release,
you mean showcase
or
a
we
brewery.
showcase a distributor and we're a week ahead a week, their beer might not be available anymore, so it's kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to do an episode tonight. Me and Ben and whoever else can make it tomorrow, if you're available, are going to do an episode tomorrow. We're going to do some Benny's Brewing Company that we grabbed, and then next week we're going to do an episode that's going to be all collaboration beers. So it's going to be a collaboration between Pillaroo Brewing Company and Snitz, which those sours look fucking really good. I'm excited for it. And then a collaboration between Breaking Brewing Company and Abomination, and they made one called Social Distancing. The label's actually right under your arm right there. It's cool. So we're going to do that. So there's going to be a kind of an influx. I kind of did a test run last week. Our first episode did really well number-wise, normal, and then I released one again on Tuesday, and it did really well again. So even though, like, Not Cool in High School and another, like, I put an interview and a Bangin Beers at the same time, but I think we're at the point now where not everyone who listens to Not Cool in High School also listens to Bangin Beers, so it's kind of 2 different audiences, so it doesn't hurt each other. So I think we're going to try to get caught up a little bit, but that's our game plan. And like how Ben was saying, the Night Putter is by Flying Dog. The Warhorse Brewing Company, I believe this is a collaboration.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No, but the Warhorse Brewing Company in Finger Lakes, New York, that's the Nitro Churchill, and then the other half, I don't think that's a collab, right?
That's just a regular one. That's Astro Traveling, and that's a sweaty freaking bottle of beer.
Yeah,
It's so humid out.
It's so humid. Do you have a bottle opener?
It's like we just went from winter to summer.
Cheese foot on it.
Awesome. Well, actually, I'll let you crack it. You can crack open your Nitro. Let's hope we don't have any cans explode on the table today. Last week
we had 2.
last episode, man,
That
2
was
cans
fun.
just looked like a science fair experiments. So breakfast stout, what you kind of had this already reviewed
I had
on
this
the
before.
show. This is not going to be like a maple syrup, right?
No.
Okay.
That's probably your favorite coffee.
No. It's
I actually rather
yeah.
coffee than maple syrup.
It's a nice
Really?
oatmeal
Yeah.
stout.
Wow.
Nice nitro oatmeal stout. It is probably the smoothest oatmeal stout I've had. I believe in my review I said I have yet to find a nitro stout like Left Hand Brewing.
Right.
I found one very, very close. This is I love this beer, and now that I know where they're at, they're about an hour 15 minutes from me.
And you also they have a winery.
It's a winery as well.
You can go heavy on the pours because my pour is not going to be that impressive.
All right.
Is this something they have all the time, or is it like
apparently? Yeah, it's on their
cool.
it's on their website. It's also Three Brothers Winery and Warhorse Brewery. Obviously, because of COVID-19, I wasn't able to get inside. I believe they do either food or food trucks.
When you type in Warhorse, it's like the first one that pops up.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan is the first one, and the second one is Breakfast with Churchill.
Yeah.
If you can get a Lieutenant Dan, that'd be fun.
Now, when obviously you can't do the 90-degree pour, the upside down pour with this.
Right.
But I did. I poured that into the glassware
We'll
that
leave it here, whoever wants to top it.
Yingling gave out for their chocolate porter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did that upside down in that glass, and the whole can fit in there without overflowing.
You know what the
It just
best part?
cascades
Awesome.
beautifully.
Real quick, you know what the best part about having Andy back is? One of the jobs I have to do now doesn't have to happen for me. So Andy takes all the pictures of the beers. So just send them in the group chat so I can put them on Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, that helps me out so
Does
much.
anyone else want a little bit more?
Go ahead. I have.
You go right
I'm
ahead.
good.
All right, so just to
I
I
have a
put in
small
Warhorse.
stockpile for when I go back.
I put
to
in
New York.
Warhorse. Some of the beers I'm looking at here: Lieutenant Dan, Breakfast with Churchill Oatmeal Stout, Royal Kilt, Inspector Scotch Ale, Peace Bomber, the Big Broadcast Double IPA, Tardy McFly,
Fantastic.
Red Apple Bombshell, a Raspberry Hard Cider. That sounds fantastic. Well, I know where we're going when I come to visit your house in New York City.
Yeah.
Now that Lieutenant Dan, I've heard that has no legs.
No,
Will
zero
not
legs.
stick to the
Yeah, there's
glass.
zero leg to that beer.
There is a coffee note to this, definite.
Yeah.
But it's smooth. As
So here's the thing: the last episode we had, we did have a lot of stouts. So far, the two stouts are some breweries that I've had their stouts, and I didn't mind them. Was that one from Imprint that looked like the Flyers hockey team? The Blue Line or whatever.
Oh, the Blue Line Goons. Yeah,
Yeah, Blue Line Goons.
That was the.
It tasted decent.
Wow. And then-
Rotunda's was good that we had.
and you also like the Aslan one from last week.
Oh yeah, that
too.
wasn't terrible either. I didn't review them, but I didn't hate them.
No, you actually rated the Moon. The
I did.
Moonraker,
Yeah, I
and
actually
you gave it like the 3.5.
I gave it a 3.5, saying if I at least can tolerate this, it should get this score.
I have one stout at my apartment in New York I didn't try yet. I'll probably have that on Sunday when I go back.
And listen, force myself to do it. Maybe I'll turn a corner here.
You'll develop that.
You very
taste.
well may.
That's what I did with the IPAs. If you would have asked me 4 or 5 years ago, I would have told you there's not a chance I want an IPA.
Yeah,
That's
Same
kind of
here.
how like when
Why would I want
IPAs
to?
like
Same here.
first were like a really big thing, like before like craft brewing really exploded. Like no one really had any, and then
Yeah.
I'd be having like I don't know about that.
Damn, I just ate a pine cone. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
because I'd be on the taste of like, oh, these all taste the same, and then like one day it just clicked. I'm like, this is kind of citrusy.
All right, so this is supposed to be a coffee taste.
Breakfast with Churchill Oatmeal Coffee Stout. It's a nitro.
I mean, listen, if they're going for coffee, they nailed it. I mean, I don't know how else to. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Can
I don't
you
hate it.
Take these to work with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Have one on the way on your drive-in.
I saw a really gimmicky stout on because I follow like quite a few Facebook groups when it comes to it. And this one cat, he has a Tipsy Nomad. He does glassware then too. And there's a bottle of Rock Me Diabetes, okay? And it shows like Amadeus. It's like the Amadeus like movie like cover or the movie poster,
Yeah.
and it has Wilford Brimley with like all like these pastries, and it's like a barrel bottle. It's like freaking amazing. I want to try and get it from the guy. I'm like, hey, can you get this? And I'm like, gonna try to look at my backlog of stuff. I'm like, I could get you tired hands because now I'm hitting it lucky. I'm now getting it a lot easier versus way back when. So
Yeah.
just really nice.
So we have two episodes coming out soon. I'm really excited about PA Brew Review. I couldn't say that.
Brew Review.
They're a Pennsylvania like website, and they tell you when can release are coming out and they have a pretty nice following. They do a great job. They're coming out. We have an interview with them set up.
That's
and
awesome.
then Breweries in Pennsylvania, which is what I would say is like the
Mecca.
God Dottie, the God Dottie. I don't know why I said that. The Godfather. I'm just fucking out of it. I think it's that white trash beer I had before the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, dirt. But yeah, they are I really like their content. They do a great job when it comes to getting you informed in Pennsylvania breweries, and I'm really happy that they even agreed to the interview. To be honest with you, I'm shocked they did, but I'm really excited to talk to those guys as well. So that one's set up.
You never know; they might have listened to our stuff when they were on those long car rides.
I did.
So.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Hey, you don't know that.
Everly
I don't know that. Yeah.
You don't know that.
It doesn't make me want to throw up anymore, if that helps.
That's
You're getting used
that's
to
the
'em.
nitro.
Is that what it is?
That's the nitro.
It still tastes like
I
tastes
had
like
one,
old coffee.
I had one the other night, Morning Timber by Beer Tree, and that one was a chocolate blueberry.
There was some days where if my acid
was
reflux is real bad.
No coffee in it at all. You would probably like that. It's on the
You
sweet
say
side,
no
though.
coffee, but
He tastes coffee when coffee's not actually part of
Yeah.
the brew.
yeah, it's just the roast. If I see roast, I'm probably getting coffee out of it. All right, so this is our
His taste buds are instigating it either way.
this
so.
is our gimmick beer of the night. This is Flying
Are
Dog.
we rating it? Are we rating
Oh
the
yeah,
Warhorse?
sorry. I was just
we
like
are
coffee.
flying
I'm
through
over it.
these.
Coffee, fuck that shit.
Yeah, no.
Coffee, no rating, done.
Yeah, for me it was no rating, so I'm sorry. Ben, what was your review of the Nitro Breakfast? Thank
You know
for
what? Having it
keeping me on
again,
track
I
there.
actually did have it, prior, because my mom and dad actually went to the Finger Lakes to pick me up some beer then too.
Mm-hmm.
I also had like their broadcast, there's something broadcast double IPA, I think. And it's a decent beer. That's a good starter
You could use that one if you
beer
want.
as far as things go. A nice, decent starter nitro, I should say. I probably would give this a 3.5.
I like this Nitro Stout better than the last one we had.
Yeah, but that one, this is a 3.5. It has, decent flavor. They didn't kill it with the nitro, because a lot of the nitro stuff that you do have, as I say before, kind of mutes a lot of the flavor profile with some things. This one kind of doesn't. This makes it super smooth, and you really taste.
The can art is
quite a bit.
absolutely fantastic. It's a really cool can.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have Winston Churchill T-shirts.
And it's
at
a
the place.
7.5% alcohol
Yeah.
by volume stout too.
Yeah, I kind of like their theme. I like the war and American history. I
Yeah.
think that's and European history probably. Yeah, I'm excited. That's definitely a place I want to check out. Andy,
I went 3.75. I wish there was the point, like the 0.1 points in there.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like 3.8, 3.9. It's rare.
You're closer to a 4?
Yeah, I'm closer to a 4. It's a great stout. I mean, I could definitely drink this a lot.
well, you got 2 going home with you.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh baby.
But no, it's the coffee's there, the chocolate's there. It's fantastic. I think if it was hot, if it was cold out right now, I probably would rate it higher.
Yeah, it's a little muggy. It's a little shitty out today. Well, not shitty, but it's our first humid day where
It's shitty out. It just got done pouring.
yeah.
It was like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Yeah.
It was nutty.
And we went winter, here's summer now.
Yeah. It literally snowed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it snowed last Saturday, a couple days ago.
Yeah,
it was
Pennsylvania-
37 degrees.
Pennsylvania's on meth, I
It'll
think.
be 50
Mother
again
Nature
tomorrow.
fucking snapped.
It's not only we got the Rona, we got winter into May.
Oh god.
Yeah. All right, Pops. I mean, you kind of already reviewed it on the Facebook page, but for people who didn't see that, what kind of dive back into this?
I rated this a 4.5, 4.5. I love it. A nice creamy oatmeal stout, nitro stout. I love stouts, and this one is at the top of the list for me. Chocolatey, the definite coffee, which I enjoy coffee. The hint of chocolate in there as well. I just really enjoy the beer.
And our guest for tonight, the one, the only Cheesefoot.
It's real weird for me because I'm not really a stout guy myself. Stouts always remind me of what I think coffee would taste like.
If you like coffee.
I've never had coffee.
Oh, really?
I'm a
wow.
firm believer that I like the smell of coffee, so I believe that when I have it, I'm going to love it. And then I'm going to be one of those dudes that's spending $5-7 a day on coffee, every day. And it's an expense that I can actually avoid right now.
Yeah.
If I would have had that foresight with beer, I'd be set. But that
think we'd
being
all.
said,
Yeah.
that's actually, it's a very smooth beer. Regardless of the taste, it goes down very easy. It tastes, I'm indifferent about the taste. I wouldn't say, I didn't love it. I wouldn't say that I did love it, but I'm very indifferent on the taste, but it goes down. It's very easy to drink for sure.
Do you have Untapped?
I actually have never used it. No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we'll plug
damn.
your name, but all right, our first beer is done.
What would
there.
you give it out of 1 to 5?
Yeah, 1 to
rating?
5.
I feel like if it's a stout that I could drink, like I could have easily drank the whole can of that. If it's a stout I could drink it, you just gotta at least throw it a 3. It's not something I loved, but
Yeah, 2.5 is middle of the road.
drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right.
is that the only
okay.
social media I don't have, by the way?
What's
I
that?
said, is that the only social media I don't have? By
Are you a
the way?
TikToker?
I do. I have TikTok. Yeah.
I made a TikTok on my wife. I just been using TikTok to annoy my wife during the Rona. I'm just trying to find new
I
platforms.
used it to show how sad I was to not have hockey.
I played NHL 20, if that helps you out. Yeah, so the next beer we have already cracked and kind of sipping on here is
Night Puttin'.
Night Puttin' Pale Ale by Flying Dog.
Putting at night.
This is well, real quick. Let me do something real fast. Ben, open up the Churchill quick and just read what it said for description. I know we didn't do that. I know we talked about the brewery. And I said some of the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Breakfast with Churchill is a 7.5 oatmeal coffee nitro stout. You don't lead England through World War II and get named the greatest Briton of all time without making the absolute most of every day. For the old man, this meant starting with breakfast, where he would eat, drink, smoke, dictate speeches, read 8 papers, and hold his morning meetings. Our oatmeal stout is full of roasty, smooth, dark chocolate notes and balanced bitterness, with the addition of freshly roasted Colombian coffee from our good friends at Glen Edith in Rochester. It's a perfect start or finish to your day. Malts, 2-row, oats, roasted barley, chocolate malt, Crystal 55, hops, Bravo, East Kent Golding. Special ingredients: 1.8 pounds per barrel Colombian coffee from Glen Edith. Album pairing: We'll Meet Again, Vera Lynn. Food pairing: poached egg, toast, jam, coffee, and milk grapefruit whiskey cigar.
It's a great fucking write-up.
Yeah.
So they usually do fun stuff like that too.
That's
They-
cool that they do
Tell
the
you what it
album
pairs
pairing
with.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. I totally forgot about them doing that. So
Wow, good for you, Warhorse.
I like them.
Yeah, the flavor
Yeah.
profile includes coffee, smooth, roasty, oatmeal, and strong.
That's I can't get over their write-up. Like some places just like, bah, we put beer in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
It's
mean?
like, oh, we made beer here.
6,262 total check-ins.
41 monthly, I read.
41 monthly.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. 4,668 total check-ins with an average of 3.8.
Oh, dang.
All right, so Night Putting. This is a gimmicky
I'm kind
beer.
of bummed the album one wasn't like Iron Maiden though, like Aces High, because like there's like the Churchill speech from
Yeah.
World War II before it.
This is a golf beer, light, easy to drink. Night Putting is a 16-ounce can, is the perfect companion for the course. Flying Dog Brewing Company. So this beer was made for the anniversary of
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 5.5. It's
Miss it.
it's an easy drinker. It's not. I don't think it's gonna blow you away. It's not. It's a. But it's an easy. I don't know. I dig it. Like
Put
if
it
I was
this
out
way.
golfing or out hanging out.
That is exactly what I was just thinking.
Yeah, if I was out
I'm like,
doing-
I could pound these on the course, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I think like realistically, I think some people when they start reviewing beer, I think they look at a spectrum like, oh, if it doesn't hit this like hopness or it's not this style IPA. Like if it's not an IPA, then don't rank it as if it was one. Like because not every beer is going to be a 4.0 hazy IPA. There is going to be some pale ales or some pills that are lighter, crisper, not as boozier, but there still doesn't mean they're not good beers.
Sometimes you need a break from the
I'm
hoppy
actually kind of
stuff, you know what I
IPA'd
mean?
out, honestly.
Like, really?
I am too. Like when I get a nice ale or I get a Pils or a Lager. Lager.
A Pils and a Lager.
Pilsner,
A Lager.
What the fuck is wrong with me today?
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
Lager.
Lager.
I love. That's what we're
should
going to call
do
the lager.
a
A
Pilsner
lager.
lager hybrid. And
Yeah.
Lager.
That's
A
awesome.
Lager. Yeah, it's like a Tiger Lager. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're kind of a breath of fresh air sometimes when you get so many.
Like, this is a super, like, I could drink this one all day. Like, I don't think it's anything mind blowing.
No,
But
not at all.
It's just a
Like,
You
it's
know-
a solid pale ale. It's an easy drinker. It's refreshing. Like, it's not like you know, like if you're putting golf in the mind of it, like you don't want to drink heavy beers on the golf course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that beer is, when you guys do check it in, that is from the keg stand. So if you want to put that as your
So,
location.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning. Can you learn me? I hit check-in. Is
Yep.
that how
Yep. So hit check in, and then you would slide over to what you. So you gave it like a 3.
Yeah.
Slider
So 3.
rating.
You had a taster because you didn't have a full can.
Heard.
You were at the Bangin Beers podcast table.
Where else would I be?
Yep. And then flavor profile, you can do
Whatever you taste it
Whatever.
there.
I kind of just give what they tell you.
Yeah.
But you can, if you have something else, you could add to it.
Yeah,
And you can write a little quirky thing in there as well if
There's-
you want.
Cheesefoot, there's a little like search option then too. So like, say for example, if something's tasted like bready to you, they'll have it in there. You can search it up.
Yeah, what's
on
cool
flavor
about it too is
profiles.
like if you're at like a beer store and you don't know what to grab, or there's a tap list that has 7,000 things on it. Whatever, you can take a look at it and see what people are rating it. So it's like you don't get like a shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's
The
a fun app.
future is now, dude.
Yeah, not only that, you can actually look at different stuff that's like.
What's your name on Untapped?
The Cheesefoot.
The Cheesefoot?
The
Cheesefoot.
The Cheesefoot?
If you search the Cheesefoot on any social media at all, Facebook, Twitter, Pornhub, Snapchat, now Untapped. I'm on all
You
of
said
them.
the
Cheesefoot.
The Cheesefoot. No space?
No space.
No space. No space.
Oh, maybe I have to do add.
But anyhow, I mean, yeah, like you can actually look for different beer on here then too. And if it's at a distributor, you can go there and pick it up versus like, oh, where can I find this beer on a search engine? You know, play with yourself on there. But
There you
I
go.
plan to.
but still though, like it's still pretty
Cheesy's
good.
first check-in on Untapped was at the podcast table. There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
It's officially happened. Good for welcome to the team. So yeah, for this, I sent you a friend request as well too. So for this one, I give this a 3.75.
So can I just read off what it's all about?
I read it. It's a good for the course. The good for the course thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right.
read it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ben.
okay, no biggie.
I already had it
Okay.
queued up. There you go. So Ben, what do you score this one?
5.5. 5.5.
5.5?
No. I'm looking at it. I'm giving my rating a 5.5 ABV pale ale, an
Yeah.
American pale ale.
You got it. That's what it is.
I'm not going to give it a rant and rave rating. I'll give it a 3.25.
3.25.
3.25 is a very fair assessment for me because it just is just light enough. It has a little bit of that flavor that just, that you can keep going on the golf course, like it says. That it is definitely a good golf course beer. Therefore, 3.25 from me.
My favorite golf story of all time is me, my father, and my brother at the time, who was like 8. He was young. All he took us to Mountain Valley, and we were going to do the driving range, and then we were going to go to the chip green and putting green where we can practice because Dad wanted us to become golfers. We're not golfers. I put my ball in the rough, and I'm trying to learn how to chip them out. A short game is better than my long game. Cannot drive. I end up finding out if I took my brother's left-handed driver, I can drive like a monster. Everything else I do is right-handed. So I drive lefty, and everything else
That
is
is
righty.
so weird.
It is. When I was younger, I was probably supposed to be left-handed, and then because I used to be able to like draw a picture and then draw it with my left, and then switch to my right, and you couldn't tell where I started and finished. And then my teachers in Shenandoah like taped my pen to my hand. Like they broke me of being left-handed.
You know what? You know why people are left-handed? Because the development in their brains. That's why. I'm not kidding you.
They're weird.
No, it's like there's like a development in the person's brain
Oh.
where they write left-handed. I'm not shitting you on that either.
Like when I bowl right-handed, but from the left side of the lane. It
My
fucks with people's heads.
my-
They're like,
my
what
nephew-
the fuck are you doing?
When he plays baseball,
That's
he
awesome.
bats righty, but he throws lefty. Or no, he bats lefty, but he throws righty.
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Ambidextrous. Man.
So I'm sitting in the rough, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm getting it on the green. I can't even fucking hit this ball. So Austin like kind of walks in front of me. I'm like, yo. He's like, nah. I'm like, I'm just gonna hit it. There's no fuck. I haven't been hitting a ball to save my life all day today. I'm just going for it, and I whack this thing, and I crush him right in the back of the arm, like in that meaty spot. He screams bloody murder. He's like, "Why the fuck would you hit it when your brother's standing right there?" I'm like, I haven't had a good hit all day. There was no way I was gonna.
That wasn't supposed to go in the air.
Yeah, and I smushed him with this ball, and he was like, "We're backing the fuck off. We're out of here. Get your shit." And I was
So here's a question to ask.
best
you.
hit of my life.
Here's a good question for you. Does he still have the golf ball welt?
No, I mean I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
No.
He just draws it on every day. To remember it.
Yeah.
Just a little on you this whole time.
I remember when I was little, and my brothers taught me how to actually swing a golf club, and like used to take me to the driving range. I might have been like 8 or 9, and then we went mini golfing, and I was practicing my swing and cracked my brother in the fucking jaw. He's like right behind me, and a bop.
Oh God. So the next two are our showcase beers. I got these donated by a buddy, Eric Pug, from Whitehall.
Thank you so much, Eric Pug.
Thanks, buddy.
Actually, I was with you when you picked these up. I
Yes, you were.
think. Yeah.
So these are two that we got,
When you do check this in, they do come up as Lost Tavern beers, not Imprint.
but Imprint did collaborate with
Yeah,
them.
it was a collaboration with Lost Tavern and Imprint.
So thank you, Eric. It's greatly appreciated. Really good trade buddy of mine. So he always gets a lot of cool stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
He actually got us the Spindle Tap beers in too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that worked out very well overall.
Did you see the label for this? The Spindle Tap?
What was this John called?
What's this one called?
Oh, no, I saw you
This
post those on
is-
there. Pretty cool.
This is called
Searchlight Soul. It's a
got
double India Pale Ale.
Lost Tavern Brewing Company is out of Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Has anyone been yet?
Yes, I love Lost
I
Tavern.
want to go
Really?
there so bad.
I have been there since I think the day it opened, I was there because I used to work when I worked in Bethlehem. It's right down the street from where Hellertown. Like, 'cause I would go to lunch at Hellertown. I'm like, new brewery opening. Ooh. So like on my Wednesday was my Friday, so I would go down there. Like that was their first day they opened was a Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check this out.
Yeah. So they average a 396 rating out of 69,670 ratings overall. They have made 338 beers. Some of the ones on their list right here is The Seeker, 610 Amber, Silent Partner, Grace, Odd Fellow, Edgewink Ale, Lost in Superstition, The Steel. So I mean, they have a lot of beers, man. And being just on the cusp of a 4 overall and made that many
Does anyone
beers.
else want- there's more in here.
I'll
It's
take
like
a little bit more.
It's like a quarter of a can or so. I don't want to keep Bogart.
My
like
favorite-
dominance.
Whoever wants more. could go for it.
Definitely
Big
my
Tony?
favorite.
Good. A little bit.
Definitely my favorite from them was the Martin beer because it was just like I think it was a milkshake vanilla IPA, and that tasted super creamy. It was really good. It hit all the notes.
And then Imprint, we've had tons of Imprint on this show, and they're out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania. So this is an
You
8.1.
should absolutely try to talk to Imprint because it's fucking awesome in there. Have you ever been to any shows in there?
I have not. No.
They set up their stage on top of that walk-in cooler that's in there, and I've only ever seen like acoustic shows in there, so I'm sure people don't get crazy or anything. But if they would let you
We're
do
jumping.
like a live from in the
a
brewery,
podcast on top
would
of that
be
stage.
so cool.
Yeah.
all I want to
Cool.
do is just be on top of that and like do a show. That would be the
If
coolest thing in the world.
it's gonna happen, it's probably gonna be because Dave Gates. Because 9 times out of 10, if
you
we
mean
get
Dave Lorenzo.
Dave Lorenzo, sorry, Dave Gates too. I mean,
geez,
he
okay.
plays all the breweries, and he's like, hey, you should check out these Bangin Beer guys. But Dave Lorenzo, if 9 times out of 10, if we have an Imprint beer on this show, it's 100% because of Dave Lorenzo.
Yeah, we
Really
actually I went with him the when we found out about that stage.
Yeah.
it was so awesome.
You
There was
probably picked
some
up the
sort of
Dayman with him because I got the Dayman from you.
The Dayman was from
Stable 12.
Stable 12, you're right, you're right,
We
you're
went
right,
to
yeah.
Imprint for
goof.
just I don't even remember who was playing. It was a local band, and it was just like the coolest stage I've ever seen in my life. I
Yeah.
was blown away by how
I've
awesome
been
it
to
was.
Imprint quite a few times because my one buddy lives literally 10 minutes away from there. So they had a soft opening, and I went there, and I'm like, they had these cherry smoothies, and I only had like 4 ounces of them, and I'm just like, I'm sucking them down. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking good beer.
When we went, they had I think it was like
Wow.
20 beers on at the time, and I think 15 of them must have been sours. It was a very interesting trip.
It's basically like fruit juice. Whenever
Canned cocktails.
we even classified them as like a sweet beer, like at that point, like
yeah.
a sweet beer. It's like, hey, if you have a sour, why not a sweet? So makes a whole lot of sense.
Dude, some of you brought were like that pineapple one we did was like a cocktail in a can.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was so juicy.
It,
It was
wasn't
like
even like a beer.
It wasn't even like
good.
It wasn't even like a sour. It was like we just coined it. It's not a sour. even though they're listed as out, they are smoogies. Like
Yeah.
the way they named it is exactly what the
Yeah,
beer
exactly.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a sweet beer. So I have it. I have
Go
it
ahead,
up
read it
here.
off.
So Searchlight Soul is a double New England India Pale Ale. Wow, I'm tongue-tied. I'm just as bad as you.
Yeah.
It's an 8.1 ABV. DIPA brewed in collaboration with our friends from Hatfield Imprint Brew Company.
Dippa.
Hopped with Harlequin, Citra, and Mosaic.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Huge notes of candied tangerine along with a backdrop of sweet tropical fruit. It's got 525 total check-ins, monthly 108, and goose egg for me with check-ins.
And friends. I had no friends check us in. What is the average?
The average rating?
Yeah.
4.09.
For everyone, it's 417, 4.09. I have two friends check this in, and it's clocking in at 3.88.
I may, without giving it away, I'll go. Like I just did the last one. I may be a little low on my check-in on this one. I'm not, and that's not saying I don't like it. I do enjoy this beer, but I don't think it's a 4 for me.
I gave it a 3.25.
3. I'm not that low.
But again,
This is not your style of beer.
I'm not a huge IPA fan. I can drink one, maybe two of these. If I think I can drink two of these, that's worth the 3.25.
To me, this is more of a like a West Coast style. This is a little pinier. To me,
Yeah.
a little dank, little piney. Am I wrong?
These are the beers that'll get me in trouble because I could probably have 6 of them.
Yeah,
And
it is very
And then
smooth.
be like, oh shit, I had 6 of
And they're
them.
8.1%.
Yeah, it does not drink like. It does not drink like. You know what? Just because it's at 8.1, it doesn't drink like that. I'm gonna bump up a hair. Yeah, bump up a hair.
Okay.
Andy, we'll start with you on this one.
I went 3.75. I don't think it's quite a 4, but it is sessionable at an 8.1. That is dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't like it doesn't blow me away, but it's a super solid IPA, and it's like
Well,
it doesn't have that
New
bit of
England.
pininess to it.
New England. Is it? Is it New England?
Yeah,
or
it's New England.
Yeah.
I don't think
Definitely New
everything's
England.
anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean it doesn't taste like a standard New England, but I mean it's great. I mean, but it's not. It doesn't blow me away, but it's something like it's dangerous at 8.1%.
Yeah.
You got to give them a little bit of credit then too. Harlequin hops, like who heard of Harlequin hops? I never did. You know what I mean? Like at least they're trying to get out of the rut of like Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy, like that. Those kind of hops.
Well, here's
And,
the
like,
thing. If anyone can make it tomorrow for 10:30 for this episode, I'm really excited for it because we're doing the Benny's brewing, and we're doing what's called
single hop hazy IPAs with milk sugar.
but they're all showcased by the hop. So
Yeah.
they're all it's a hop slam series. So it's a
Yeah.
Citra hop. But they're not. It's pretty much focusing on just the hop. So
Yeah.
you're getting that
That's
flavor
cool.
profile of that hop,
Yeah.
which I'm really excited for because I never really had that in a beer. So I'm like, oh, that's the Citra. So now like. I think that episode's going to help me with other beers in the future because I can then pull that hop out, hopefully.
It's very nice when you actually have a brewery that actually does that instead of just like throws shit in a pot and boils it up and then, like, hey, I made something good, but
There's
take a
17
wild
different
guess
hops
on
in
what
there.
hops you threw in there.
Yeah,
we threw in there. You know,
We just had a whole bunch of shit laying over there. We threw it in the
Yeah,
we
like
threw
when
it.
places do different ones. Like I remember I got one from Dewey Brewing Company in Delaware the one time. It was like Vic's Secret hops.
Yeah.
and that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Because then like you have that hop. Like when you have a beer and it's like, we made this with Galaxy. And then you're like, oh, that's what Galaxy is. You know what I mean? And then you have it again. You're like, I can taste the Galaxy. Like when you have a beer, you're like, without even like, you're like, oh, here, have this. And you're like, oh, that's Galaxy. And they're like, oh, how did you know? Because that's one of the only hops they showcase like that. So I'm really excited to try these, like tomorrow's beer lineup with a showcase of each hop where I can kind of pull it out. I'm really pumped for that.
there's Simcoe, Azaka, and then there's like I know there's two other ones.
It's like 4 total.
Four
Yeah.
total, and then their pale ale that we picked up at Benny Brewing Company.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it looks like inside. It looks like a big building.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Little, what do they call those cans? The smaller ones.
12. I call them like baby cans.
Yeah, little tiny cans, but that's what they
Like
say.
Just like a
normal
like
cans?
yeah, they're
like-
normal
like-
cans.
Like the
I call them baby cans.
these are normal to me, I guess now. Yeah,
This
Like when I say Paul small, I think like pony cans, like the 7 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the normal 12 ounces.
He's just talking
Yeah.
about a 12-ounce can.
Yeah.
I think they just call that a can.
Can, yeah.
sorry, I'm so used to
These
the
are pounders.
I'm so used to the pounders. I guess.
Yeah.
If I don't get a beer in a pounder, I'm like, well, what the hell's that?
Well, see, that's what's kind of weird. Like, it's when they went to like the 4 pounders versus the 6.
Unless you go to Pizza
ounces.
Boy, they give you for the same price that you pay for
That's what I'm thinking,
4,
like,
you get
about
6. Yeah,
Pizza Boys, they still do 6-packs.
yeah.
Great marketing right there by them.
And it doesn't cost any more than what
No.
if you
Yeah,
went and got a
they're
4.
just like, we're giving you beer, 6 cans. You're getting 2. It's like you're getting 2 for free.
Well, that's like
You know?
my gripe about a lot of the craft beer of like why it's so expensive, because beer's cheap as shit to make. Like it really is.
Well, somebody hit a stride and
Well, exactly.
they decided,
I mean,
hey,
yeah,
fuck
I mean,
it.
it's supply
Yeah,
and demand.
We're gonna
Supply
do
and demand,
4, but for $20, $5 a
I
can.
mean, yeah, that's it's simple supply and demand. People are paying it, so they're gonna keep charging for
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
But that just like it's funny, like how it like jumped quick. I think it was like there was no like middle ground. I feel like it was like, oh, okay, I'm getting a $12 6-pack from blah blah blah, and now it's like, oh, $26 4-pack from the same brewery. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's really nice to see like different breweries. I know South County definitely does it. They make some like lagers and they make some like regular pale ales, and they're like $12 for the pounder cans. If you get them, holy shit! It's what a good way to have that extra 4 ounces
Yeah.
in there, something that's drinkable. You know what I mean? So I always like them for doing that. It's like literally I'll get my gelatos whenever they would release another one again. I get my gelatos and then get a mix for like under $100.
Yeah.
So like you can't freaking beat that. And they have like an eclectic mix whenever they have the can releases.
All right. What do you score in this one, Pops?
I give this one a 3.25.
Oh, that's right. You already said that.
Yep. I
Jeez.
started off.
I went 3.5 for it. 'Cause
3.5?
I could definitely drink them.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
I initially
Tasty and it'll go.
went 3.5, and then Andy. I mean, as I was talking to Andy, I was like, man, for an 8%, I went 3.75.
It's definitely a dangerous beer.
Yeah, 3.75 just because how it's a little higher and it drinks so smooth.
Like if it's like 7.5 and above that you can pound, it's definitely dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's like you're taking your shirt off. Yeah. Next one we have is called Sunspots.
Hey, I didn't get my. Give
Oh,
my
sorry.
rating,
I'm sorry,
you
man.
goof. I just wanted to pull it ahead, but I'm gonna follow you guys, you and Andy, with it. I'll definitely give it a 3.75, just because.
It's a fantastic beer.
Yeah, like you guys roped me in and saying, "Hey, this is a crushable beer. It's an 8.1." I think that's a really nice thing to know, and it's always funny because like we're being so critical with our ratings, and like you bring up a good point, and then Tony gets affected by it, and then I get affected by it then too.
Yeah.
It's gonna go all different directions, but it's gonna be pretty nice.
Ooh, I'm excited for this one.
Oh boy.
All right, so this one, when you do check it, it's called Sunspots Have Faded. This is checked in as an imprint beer. So I guess they did one under them and one under the other one.
Maybe they rotate. Like if they do 4, 2 of them are under imprint.
Yeah,
2 under.
which is fine. That's cool. Oh boy, beer burps already. This beer is gonna have possibly a little peach in there.
Are you telling me the imprint made a sour? I just don't believe it.
Yeah. All right, Ben, tell us what to expect with this beer.
Well, I didn't even like check in my other one.
Well, then hurry the fuck up.
Running behind.
But Jesus Christ.
Come on,
guys.
about to get fired.
You're gonna die of the Rona before you.
Jesus, I know. Anything can happen here, Ben. We can just all file over at any second. Here, put more in your glass there.
I don't want to steal all your beer.
No, you're the guest. Here, hang on.
I just looked down Big Tony and I thought this was like, I thought you just pounded it. I'm like, oh shit, he's done already. He either really liked it or didn't like it, but it was just your empty one.
Okay.
All right, as Ben's
give me
checking his bin here, sunspots have faded. It smells fantastic.
Oh my god.
Just trying to fill air here before Ben reads
Okay,
here.
but anyhow, it is a 6.8 sour, well, fruited sour. Kettle sour, peach, mango, vanilla, and lactose. And that's all it says. Collaboration with Lost Tavern and Imprint.
Holy shit.
It's definitely a sour.
See, I think it's a sour, but I don't think it kills you.
I love
Definitely
that.
It's
a
peaches
sour.
and cream, man.
Yeah,
Whoa.
man.
The vanilla just it
That's
makes it
vanilla
taste so
just-
much
It really
of the edge
mellows
off.
it out, yeah. Like it hits you with that tartness and then it's
Wow.
like, boom.
That's a whole bunch of flavor. That's like a loud sour. What? Holy shit.
I feel like
to
that's
me, it's
what I
not
get from all of their
To me, it's not
imprints, though.
over sour, though.
It's not, it really isn't, but it's just like,
No, like-
that peach and mango go like, wah! Like they throw it at you. They're like, fuck you. Like,
But
we're
it's
getting
cool.
you.
Like the vanilla really reins it back in though. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
give you like, it's not like I threw a warhead in and then it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
I got no face pucker from it, but it's
delicious.
It's
almost kind of like
all of
it's
it.
almost kind of like a smoothie.
Yeah, actually reminds me of the Jambas from
The Smoothie Light.
Fourscore.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty good. I like them.
We had a cherry vanilla Jamba not too long ago, and it had that really nice vanilla back end on it.
You let that go under the tongue. Holy crap!
Yeah. That has the smoothie feel, texture, and flavor profile, but you still have that yellow beer sour IPA look.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like it's super sweet though either, like a smoothie as well.
Yeah, I get that. Underneath the tongue, you get a little more. Yeah.
I put it under my tongue, and I was like, "Why did you have me put that under my tongue?" It's like somebody,
That's interesting.
when somebody lets out a really awful fart, and they're like, "Hey, smell this." All right, I'm coming in. I don't know why.
Yeah, smell my shoe. Oh, I don't want to smell it. Like, no, you have to smell my shoe.
It smells like death. You
Hey, you
can't
guys smell
believe
that?
it.
Oh my God.
Fresh buttered popcorn.
We'll start with you. What are you
Popcorn
giving
feet.
this?
I went 4.5 because I love sours.
Wow, almost a perfect score.
And not only is it sour, but like it loses a lot of the edge of the sour from
The vanilla.
the vanilla. So you could just.
I don't get much mango, but I get peaches and cream.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
get the mango really at all.
Ben,
Not on the nose.
I would say that
I'll let you
the
get your
mango-
checkout now so you can get ready for the next beer.
Okay. All right. So I will definitely give this one a 4 because it's just that loud up front, and then like Andy said, with the vanilla bringing you back in, and then after that, it's not really. It's just a little slightly tart for me. Then again, I'm taking a little break from the sours, too. It's definitely a 4. This is a nice one. It's not super sweet either.
Yeah.
It's more flavorful than anything.
Okay. Andy.
This is another one I wish there was like 0.1 ratings.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, I gave it 4.25, but I think it's somewhere in between there. Like I really enjoy it. Like I love like a sucker for like peaches and cream flavored stuff. I don't really get the mango. I get a very, very small amount of it, but like mostly it's peach and cream.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
Pops.
3.5. It's not bad, but I can feel the heartburn starting on it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
flavorful. It's tart, sour. It's everything it says it is. The peaches and cream, the vanilla kind of levels it off, so it's not a punch in the face. It's not bad. It's just sours are my second worst beers.
Yeah.
The IPAs, I'm still getting used to them, but this one is
learning
not
curve.
bad. This one is not bad.
It's a little bit of like.
All right. So
Honestly, it's like an acquired taste, really. I'm not saying
for
that.
initial taste, right? It's like, wow, this is unbelievable. Tastes fantastic. A little sweet, little tart, the whole nine. Flavor profiles are all there. But then I think to myself, I just shared a can with 4 people. I had a taster of it. Sometimes when I go and I take these cans when we have extras and I go to have a full can of myself, I'm getting towards the bottom of it. I'm like, whew,
Rough.
maybe not for me. Because a taster and a full can are 2 different things.
Yep.
So I'm kind of trying to think to myself, like, is this something I can drink more of? And I that's where my score, I'm conflicted at. I think my initial taste and everything that initially hits me
Is high.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking to myself, if I had more of this, would I get sick of it quick?
This is a good flight beer.
Sours are hard to drink.
I would
a lot of.
I would say if you're going to do a flight, if you're in a bar that does craft beer in flights, this would be a very good flight beer because
Like,
you
experience it.
You
It was
get a
good.
4 or 5 ounce glass of it, and you experience it, and it's not overpowering throughout the can. That's where I think, like you said, if I had to drink a whole can of this,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
So that's another thing I'm trying to really. I don't know if this is the way the system is designed to be for Untapped, but I am checking it in as a taster. So I am going by a taster view.
Yep.
Now, if I had this in a can or a bottle, and then I drink the entire thing and then give it my review, it may be different. Because I think some people, like, they get the can, they pour it, they take the first sip and say, whew, 4, bang. And then they keep drinking their can, they're like, man, it didn't age well with me as I got to the closer to the bottom of this can.
I mean, there's times I've gone and I've had things and I've gone back and re-rated it because of how it, like if I had it out of a can and then I had it on draft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And
Or
then
had
just
a
add in
second
an
time.
extra one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I mean, I think if you look through my Untapped, like my Nugget Nectar varies.
yeah.
Changes by year, I
yeah,
swear.
it does.
So I'm gonna go with all that being said. I'm gonna go with a taste. Obviously, I'm scoring this as a taster. The flavor profiles, everything about this is unbelievable. It's super super tasty. I'm gonna go. So I'm stuck with you, like the 4254, where I stand.
I would be like 4-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go a solid 4 with this beer.
Like most sours, there's not many that I can crush. Like Dogfish had Sequence Ales, like one of the like that. That's like my peach beer. Like
we just had Truth Serum for the first time. That was a good beer.
It was good stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'll pound a case of the Sequence Ale like on the beach.
Let's
Like,
do this.
There you go.
So,
let's.
like I said when I
was
went
gonna say
to
to you about
Imprint
that,
with
yeah.
Cool Dave, like I said, they had 15 out of 20 of their beers were sours. So we had 5 glass flights of all sours.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of it, I was like, I don't want to drink beers anymore. Like my mouth kind of hurts. And I love sours, but
There are
we had
ones that,
15 different ones.
a lot of ones like this, like I could have like one a day or
Yeah.
something, like or like within like I can't drink them back to back, like
Yeah.
especially because if you do like the flight, like I feel like they all start kind of melding together, and you're like,
So, you got to do, since the last time we kind of hung out and talked, you got
That's
to
a
do,
nice scent to
and
it.
before the world ended, you got to do 2 tours for the most part.
Oh shit, we got an Amber Alert.
You got to do 2 tours. You got to go on tour a little bit with handguns.
I did. I don't remember. Has it been? How long is it? Holy shit!
Yeah, someone's kids
That's the
missing.
Amber Alert in Lebanon County,
South Lebanon, PA.
South Lebanon. Yeah.
Okay. You were with handguns for a little bit, and you were doing your comedy.
Yep, I got to do. I did. It was 33 days, I believe, with handguns, where I did
Astro
between
traveling.
2 and 3 5-minute sets a day,
Don't
which
worry,
was
I'll tag
nice.
you in it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And then after that, I went and I worked with Crowbot,
Yeah, the merch guy.
for the month. I
Oh, nice.
yeah.
just did some merch. No comedy, which was a bummer, but you gotta love, getting paid to travel. You gotta love traveling with your homies.
yeah.
definitely.
When you're on the road, do you get to experience any cool breweries, any cool places?
Other half. Ben.
So I
Yes.
made a very small mistake when I went out with handguns, and I agreed with Jake to not drink for the month. We decided the whole tour.
Oh,
we
so
weren't
yeah, it
gonna
was like
drink.
sober. Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's just see what happens if I go 30 days without having a beer. And the only thing, sure. I said the only thing that it did was make me miss beer. Like the first beer I had after that, I was like, oh wow, beer, please.
Oh,
So just keep
why I
in
check it
mind, just to give you guys a heads up, this is a 2-year-old stout.
Oh, nice.
So we've been sitting on this one for a little while.
this is exciting. This is an exciting experiment here. We aged it.
But from my experience as far as like getting to drink beers in other places, a lot of times, especially, thank you. Oh, sorry. I was like trying to get the name.
Oh, gotcha.
The
Astro
especially
Travel.
in the Midwest,
Astro traveling.
Oh, there it is.
especially in the Midwest, people don't really care about beer as much as it seems we do here.
Okay.
Like when you ask them
Interesting.
what kind of craft beers they have,
We
they
have
might just be
Milwaukee's
like,
Best,
"Well, what are
Milwaukee's
you
Best
talking
Light."
about?" Or they'll be like, "Oh, well, we have these 3 IPAs." Like, oh, wonderful.
in the Midwest. What was your favorite city to be in when you were with the Crowbot Boys?
Oh, Colorado is awesome. We did, I believe it was Colorado Springs on this tour. I love Colorado every time we go. Like, I'm not even, I'm not like a pot smoker or anything, but Colorado is an awesome city, even if you're, or an awesome state, even if you're not,
Oh yeah, I would
looking to
love
smoke
to go
weed.
to Colorado.
They have awesome breweries.
The Rockies.
Everything there is beautiful. It's real weird because you always think like it's all mountains, but like when you're first coming in, you're just going through like deserts, and you're like, where the fuck even am I? But
When you're
love
flying,
doing
like
that.
we did our flight from Pennsylvania to Vegas, and you're just like farmland, mountains.
Like, why is everything
desert.
square when you're flying over it? Like, how did that even happen?
It's like perfectly square too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever land in Denver Airport, I think you land in fucking Missouri and you taxi into Denver. It's a huge fucking airport.
Yeah.
I've been to the Denver airport when I went to
did you hear,
San Diego.
Have you ever heard of the conspiracy theories about the Denver airport?
Yes.
That there's a UFO alien underground base underneath.
The lizard people control the Denver airport.
Yeah, the lizard people, like lizard people, or some people say lizard people underneath the airport, and then some people think that there's secret alien bases under certain places of the ground. Yeah, I watched the whole Netflix thing on it. I was bored one night. And I was like, I'm going to put this on and fall asleep. And then I'm like, this is going to be perfect for me to fall asleep because I think it's all going to be horse shit. And I'm going to fall asleep and not care.
Like, I'm stuck in.
And then you're like, oh, it's 4 a.m. I think I might believe in aliens.
Dude, that's been
I'm conflicted on this flavor profile.
I used to go always like, remember the Wikipedia holes?
Yeah.
Where like you're like, hey, I'm gonna look up why this volcano erupted here, and now I'm an expert on geology.
Yeah.
And then somehow got into like boudoir pictures or something.
They don't have it anymore, but there used to be a button on the top of Wikipedia that said random article, and I would just click it for hours.
Do you ever play the Wikipedia game?
No.
So there's a game on your phone that you can download called the Wikipedia game, and you type and you just say I want to play, and they say do you want easy, hard, or whatever, and you pick what you want, and they'll say we're gonna start you at praying mantis, and you have to go through the hyperlinks of Wikipedia articles and end up at Columbia.
That's fantastic.
Nice. I like that.
You want to kill time on an airplane?
Yeah.
Play the Wikipedia game.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm great. I'm gonna go look
And it scores you on how many links it took you to get to
Nice.
Columbia.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
fucking awesome.
It's like,
I
I'm
need to
looking
do
up
that.
badgers, and now I have like 37 tabs open that I'm reading through every single one, and none of them are related to badgers anymore.
I've got a lot of time to kill.
Yeah,
Talk about fucking compressed learning. there. Holy shit.
check out the Wikipedia game, and then come back to me and tell me either you
I've
love
been
me or
doing
hate
that with
me.
like YouTube lately, though.
Oh
Like,
yeah, YouTube
I'll
spirals.
go on to like a guitar one, and then somehow I end up on like
Watching people getting their pimples popped.
or something just ridiculous. Like, now I'm learning how to build a cabinet.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna call
watched.
me tomorrow, and you're going to be like, "Well, did you check out the Wikipedia game?" And be like, I finished it. I had nothing to do. I finished it.
I watched someone get earwax extractions for 4 hours the one day. I was just laying in bed watching. I'm like, how did they get that much in there?
Did you want to get it done afterwards?
Yeah.
Because that's me. After
Yeah,
I watched them, I'm like,
I was
need that.
Someone
right
get a
now.
camera in my
Oh,
ear
dude,
right
watching
now.
like chiropractor videos, I'm like, I need to go get readjusted.
Why is there not chiropractors like that anywhere near us? Like where they do, like it looks terrifying, but where they get you like by your armpits and they just go and they rip you because like I have lower back problems, right? And every time I go to a chiropractor, they do that thing where they lay you on your side and then kind of twist you and crack you that way. I'm like, listen, it's giving me relief, but I feel with my body, and I'm not an expert. You obviously know more than I do, but I feel like I need to be pulled apart. I feel like I'm compacted, and I feel like I need to be stretched.
I need you to put me in the camel clutch. Come on.
I need a Boston crab. I need you to get your
Boston
assistant.
crab.
You need to
She
go
needs-
see the Iron Sheik right now.
I need your assistant to hold my ankles, and you hold me by my hands, and I need you to pull me apart like a medieval torture. You know what I mean? But
It's like, can you strap me to 4 horses and pull me back?
Hyperextensions.
yeah. One time, me and Heidi were fucking like play wrestling, and she wrapped her legs around my waist, and I tried to pick her up. And as I went to pick her up, she stiffened up till like I couldn't get her. And when she did, she like pulled my lower back apart, and I literally just passed out. Like I just went, and I just went out, and I kind of came to, and I was like, "She's like, you all right?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm gonna make sure I'm not paralyzed right now because it hurt. The instant pain that hit me, I was just like, oh, I'm dead." I'm dead forever. I'm paralyzed. I'm in a wheelchair. It's all over.
Were you like Tom Hanks in Castaway, where he had to knock out the abscess tooth with the
Maybe I never
skate?
with the ice skate.
Yeah. So I was like, so I was like,
Passed out
and
for
then I was like,
fucking
I felt
5
amazing
hours.
for like 2 years. I was like, this is so good. That's what I needed. I needed to get fucking pulled apart.
I didn't feel amazing, but I once landed on my head doing actually twice doing a backflip, and I literally gave myself a pile driver. And
On stage?
no, actually, it was in a mosh pit once.
Oh God!
Why were you doing a backflip in a mosh pit?
Because why not? I was young and stupid, and I was hardcore dancing. I'm like, I'm gonna do a backflip, and I've done it before.
People are gonna love this.
And as I did it, some dude ran across the pit and like just bumped my arm. So I got like one arm swung up, but not the other one. And I was like, and I saw it was at the Chameleon Club. I think during like, I want to say it was during like fucking as I lay dying. Actually,
Did you get up real quick and be like, I'm gonna
I
go
got
to
up.
the, I'm gonna go to the,
I got up. I saw a flashlight. I heard a bunch of crunches. I got up and I went. All right, I didn't die. I'm good to go.
Got up like I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick.
I used to have
I'm gonna go cry in the stall.
We had a day that we called alcohol poisoning day. It was me, Meatball,
Lord.
Bird, and
that just sounds fun.
Cousin Dave.
It makes a lot of sense for the
And,
lineup there.
So it was like 4 in the afternoon. We'd been drinking since like 7 a.m. because Bird woke up for work. And was while he was waiting to leave, he decided everybody had to be awake with him, so he woke us all up. And then he left. He came back 20 minutes later and was like, "Oh, it's raining. I don't have to work. Let's get alcohol poisoning." So we proceeded to drink from like 7:30 a.m. until about 5:30 a.m. But I want to say it was like 5 p.m. or so. And Bird's like, "All right, you're going to want to record this." I'm like, "All right, cool. I got you." And he goes, "This is how you land on your head without getting hurt." And he goes to do a backflip in the middle of the fucking living room, lands on his head, and just starts screaming, "I got hurt!" And then just booked it out of the room.
You gotta run it out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that sounds like Jay.
I want to do an episode, one of those things where you put it in the universe. I would like to have some of the Cyanide guys. Obviously, I would like you involved, Eddie Collins, you, and I would like to do just like Jay Board Story episode.
Oh, dude, you want to make everybody just be like, "Why the fuck was he such an asshole?" Because I feel like that's every time I tell a story, they're like, "That guy sounds terrible." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he was great.
He was he was awesome. He was a good dude." That's an episode I want to do. I have 6
awesome.
microphones. We can get 6 people, and they would just be like, "Cool, just do Jay Bird stories."
Yeah, how many inputs you got on that thing?
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got an SM7B now. I could add.
Oh yeah, we might need more.
We have our Motu at the house too. I think it's got 8 inputs, and
Yeah.
if you ever need that.
Oh wow.
But I think it only takes a FireWire input or something,
Yeah.
which we do have an adapter for.
All right, so we are at the Aslo Travelin' Stout. I'm gonna
Travelin'.
Oh, I think
Astro
Travelin'.
Travelin'. This is by Other Half Brewing Company. I'll let Ben read it. I'm gonna quick take a sip, and I gotta pee.
This is a American Imperial Double Stout, clocking at 11%. A full-body Imperial Stout conditioned on coconut, vanilla, and macadamia nuts.
I taste the coconut, but I don't hate it because it doesn't taste like coffee.
Whoa!
Really?
Wow!
What?
Holy dog shit! This is fucking. We're hitting some strides with Tony.
I'll be back.
What a goof! What a
Yeah.
fucking goof! But no, seriously, I had this like 2 years ago. I was like, I'm kind of like, oh shit, this is an old beer from the fridge, and I'm like, we were sitting on it, and I think there's a decent payout out of all this. To be quite honest with you,
That's what's nice about stouts is because you can like cellar them like wine, and it's like a vintage.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you on that. I bought that like 2 years ago. It's just.
I always
Wow.
want to do it, but I don't have the patience. I'm like, oh, there's a beer in the fridge still.
How do you hold on to beers for that
Yeah,
long?
I'm drinking that bitch.
God, put it this way. I'm going to tell you guys something. So, whenever everything goes all right with this whole fucking Corona thing, Tony and I were thinking about meeting Hoppy Floppy. Well, this is my fucking spur of the moment fucking plan here. I have how many bottled sours from Hudson Valley to go to Burley Oak, because what they do is you can go and do a VIP thing where you send them a bottle list of what you have, and then after that you message them, okay, I have all this beer, and they message you back. They'll be like, okay, you pay $50 and it's a whole share in their little private area with food, all the fucking sours that you can try out, or any other beer that they have, and you pretty much fucking party before the actual can release, and you get the can release ahead of the time too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting doing that. It would be just neat just to be like, hey Tony, you want to roll in with like 5 sours? And you'd be like, fuck yeah, and I have enough of them for like 3 or 4 people.
We
I
want to
love Burley Oak.
We want to do a full sour episode and have you and Rish on it.
Alright.
I told him already, like way prior to this. I'm like, hey,
We should get my mother-in-law and just get a bunch of like 10%ers. She would be fucking hilarious. Cheryl, like, I hit the jackpot on mother-in-laws because Cheryl is fucking hilarious. But literally, she's like, I don't like hoppy beers. I'm like, Cheryl, this one's 8%. Okay.
What
So
is
like, we'll go to a brewery and she'll just be like, she'll look through the list like, oh, that one's 16%. Give me that one.
Wow.
what is the flavor notes in this again?
Coconut.
Coconut, macadamia, and hazel. No,
Vanilla.
coconut, vanilla, and macadamia.
All you
I
need
get-
to know is coconut.
Really? Because I don't taste coconut.
Oh my gosh.
I'm one of those people that
Overpowering.
hates coconut. So like, if there's coconut in something, I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
See, this is the thing. I hate coconut, and I don't taste coconut.
I taste.
I'm getting all macadamia nut.
I taste a hint of it, but I don't know why, I get a marshmallow taste.
I'm getting the
Very
macadamia nut,
interesting.
like a macadamia nut cookie. That's what I taste when I drink this.
I taste like a very like not like earthy, but it's just like that like the coke. All three of them together and like being aged as it is, I'm just like, wow. Is it,
That's why
I give it a
said-
4.5.
Oddly enough,
way
that
back
burst
when,
tastes
but
like
That's why I
coconut?
said I'm having a hard time picking up the flavor profile. For me, the coconut was just overpowering
That's
everything.
so weird.
This tastes completely different than any other.
This is kind of a one like to show how different everyone's palate is, kind of too. Because like you like you hate
Yeah.
coconut, I hate coconut.
I hate
don't taste
coconut.
I'm
hate
not
coconut.
a fan. I'm not a fan of coconut. I can
Yeah.
I can
I
take
don't-
coconut in
I don't
small
taste it at all. And
Small
usually just
doses,
like
but
a
this-
hint of
that one
coconut
was-
will overpower anything for
Yeah.
me. And this, I don't taste it.
I
get
hate
the-
coconut. I get a hint of coconut, but I prefer the coconut over coffee, so I don't mind it. I'm gonna be honest, like the actually, I mean, I don't get any of the notes that they're telling me I should get, but I don't get coffee, and I don't hate it.
I'm
Yeah.
getting the. I'm definitely getting the macadamia nut. And that and the bit of vanilla, but I don't taste the coconut.
The macadamia nut's definitely the strongest part of
Yeah.
it, but I just
Like I said,
once
I
you get that
burped,
little
though.
lip.
I burped, and then there was some coconut on my burp, but there wasn't in the taste. It's so fucking weird.
it's a bit nutty.
I gave
This
it.
coffee tastes like shit.
Yeah, this beer aged very well.
Yeah,
That's 2 years
out.
out.
that's 2 years old.
2 years old.
11%. Yeah.
Tastes
Oh, it
fucking.
does not drink like 11.
Yeah,
either.
it is.
It's very smooth.
And even
in
the
addition to the coconut, for me, it was definitely boozy. You can definitely
Little
down
bit.
I don't get the boozy
because
either.
I said
I thought it was super
I,
smooth.
I even asked. I don't know if anybody caught.
Oh, you
caught it
said
on
bourbon.
mic.
You said bourbon.
It was just bourbonate. It was just bourbon barrel, and
No.
you can tell it's an 11%.
I could definitely see where you're coming from with the boozy because like when I smell it, it has that sharp scent to it, and as like a bourbon barrel aged would, but it really isn't. So
Maybe I have the Rona.
damn.
They say your taste goes.
Oh my god.
No, but like I get a very heavy-handed macadamia nut. I don't get boozy. I think it's super smooth and drinkable.
All right, I'll tell you what.
The scent of it though is boozy, but it's not.
Can I smell yours quick?
think
'Cause
I've
actually
had
You go
did
right
that.
for it.
Now, yes, it does. Actually, does smell like bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's nutty.
But I didn't get
No
it on
pun
the taste.
intended.
I do not like stout. I do not like stouts. Stouts are not my jam.
What did you give-
It's not my thing, baby.
What did you give it?
I scored it. I gave it a score. I gave it a 2.75. Now
Wow.
a 2.75 in a stout for me to even put a score there means something.
That's
I went.
you scored
3.5.
two. You scored 2 stouts in the past couple of weeks. That's
Yeah.
nutty.
Like, I think 3 episodes in
stouts
a
Did you
row.
have this
Night.
one yet, Ben?
What's that?
Yeah.
Did you have this one yet?
No, I did not.
I have a 4-pack of this. So I'm
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
do
I've
you?
had this
Yeah.
one before.
Were you sold in this beer because it looked like 8 pixel?
That's the reason I went to buy it.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for here? Super
needs
Smash
more?
Brothers.
Super Mash.
Super Mash
Brothers.
Bros.
Super Mash.
Super Mash.
But before we get
Brothers.
into that, Cheese, what do you score that?
I'll send you my actual
You're
picture
gonna
with
hate
the full
me.
pint for this
Yeah.
one.
I went 2
Unless you want the
because
taster
I-
one.
The coconut.
Yeah, do the taster.
It's okay.
You get what?
I mean,
2 because of the coconut.
Okay.
Strictly the coconut.
Yeah.
I know that's probably not fair to like the brewery because like how dare I not like coconut,
dude,
but
Yeah.
look at it this
also
way.
fuck 'em.
It's a 2-year-old beer.
Holy shit, the people fucking love
2-year-old
this beer.
stout. Like, it's a 2-year-old stout.
But here's the thing, though, too. Like,
Seriously, like,
as most things, this is all subjective. I mean, if you feel it's a 2, then it's a 2.
Ooh. So
Like, that's what the whole thing. You like, if you like when you go on to like Amazon or something, don't read the 5-star reviews because everyone paid for them. Don't read the 1-star reviews because it's some asshole who go, "Oh, the tape wasn't right on the package."
Yeah.
But like the 3 to 4 stars, it's like that's where like the meat is. Of,
Yeah.
Is this really a good product
Yeah.
or not?
dude,
So,
I
like-
just learned a new question for when I interview breweries of Pennsylvania.
oh boy.
They have a Untapped account. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. They don't score beers. They just check them in.
Who?
Breweries of Pennsylvania.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, they check this Super Mash Brothers in twice, and just doesn't score it. So people don't like, oh, why you hate our beer? Maybe they're onto something.
You ever get anybody mad at you about that?
No, but
No,
we're not
I've
that
never-
we're not
Maybe
we're not
one
that
day.
popular yet. So maybe
Like,
like
Apollo hasn't heard our episode.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Omnipolo hasn't hated us yet. So
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We actually got something from the brewery from one of the cans.
they didn't hate us.
Right. They were just like, yo, like they actually just told us like, yo, you got
Oliver Brewing was like, where'd you get that?
Yeah,
like-
Oliver Brewing's like, can you tell us where you got that beer? Because
It's like
if
a
you
year old.
if you bought that at a store, we need to contact that store and tell them to take it off the shelves because it's a year old. And then we
Oh, no
didn't.
shit.
yeah,
we
they
didn't-
were like that.
So I took pictures of the beers and said we're going to review this. I don't even remember where I put it because I'm part of like a private beer page that I put stuff on. I'm also part of like our podcast, and I put it up there, and they sent me a message immediately. They're like, "Yo, where did you get this? If you bought this recently, tell me." And I was like, "I'm going to be honest, man. We have a backlog in our fridge. I don't know if it was donated to us. I didn't buy it because I'm not one to buy a vegan beer. You know what I mean? And I don't know where we got it, and we didn't review it very well because it didn't taste very good. Maybe
Yeah, it
because it
was
was vegan
something-
or just because it's a year old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we went back and we recorded an intro before the episode,
Vegan?
it was like a vegan beer style
Like,
beer.
most beers are vegan.
But it was like this one. I guess something about it was like vegan friendly. It was I forget
Like
that was
like super vegan, not
Yeah.
like regular vegan.
So weird.
yeah. So we
Like you're putting like meat in your beer. It's like Guinness where you use like a fish bladder for like your whatever.
Yeah. So we recorded an intro before saying, "Hey, we reviewed a beer today. We kind of didn't give it good scores. We didn't say it was very good, but we just then found out, someone from the brewery contacted us and said, "Hey, by the way, that beer's old. Blah 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 blah." Not saying don't review it. Don't.
Does
fucking,
anyone need a little
Right.
bit more of this?
No, I'm good.
But
with mine.
just the customer
thank
service
you.
factor that
Really
they
good, though.
check-ins
They're
of
just
when
like-
people do their beers and say, "Hey, by the way." Like quality control on their end, saying if people are selling our beer and it's that old, we want it off the shelves because we don't want people to have a bad experience with our product. So huge props to Oliver Brewing Company for doing that because that's awesome.
That and they did a collab with Integrity, the hardcore band, and that's what sold me on Oliver Brewing Company.
Oh, there you go.
yeah, for real. Like you really have to give them like they literally were like flies on shit when they contacted
No,
us.
that was
then,
I
too.
saw
It
that
was
one, and I'm like, I
crazy.
actually read it, and I'm like, shit. I had to mark it unread. I'm like, I'm not answering our like I don't answer our messages.
Yeah. No, but it was awesome that they even did that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was
that's-
awesome. That was really good.
That's
that
when
made me
you
a fan
know-
of them.
That's when you know they really do take pride in their product and
Yeah,
everything else.
100%.
So-
I had that.
Oh, go,
I forget what beer it was. I sent you guys a picture of it in the group chat
Mm-hmm.
where it had little brown chunks in it. And
Oh,
that-
okay.
Oh yeah, then we looked that one up, and that
Yeah.
was a common thing with that one.
That was it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was the where I bought it.
So you'll
said
get
it
that
might
though,
have been
'cause,
the
like,
yeast.
look at this guy.
Yeah.
Like right here, there's some sediment in this can.
Yeah, the
the
sediment.
bottom.
And we
they
also
said it might be
we also
yeast.
cross contaminate.
I'm like, all right.
No, this came out of this can.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I mean it happens. It's like just a little bit of the
Sometimes
sediment.
Look, I like pulp in my orange juice.
yeah, just
You honestly probably won't even taste it if like when you drink it.
All right, so this is Super Mash Brothers. This is our first of 2 beers from Stable 12.
Yeah,
I have it up then too.
Yep, I know. I'm
gotta
giving you your love.
rinse this
Relax,
glass
calm down. I'm gonna be honest. I've had some Stable 12 beers. There's not one I didn't hate yet. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy a lot of the stuff that comes from them. This beer, a lot of my friends have checked it in. Some of them gave it. One of the scores I read it was a 4.2, a 4.50. So I mean, some people are almost
Wow.
giving it. Yeah, it averages 3.89 with my friends. It averages everyone about a 3.87. Yeah, so let's dive into this. We'll have Ben read it off. But this is Stable 12 out of Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Once this whole shenanigans ends, this is
dude,
one
there
of
is a treasure trove of breweries in Phoenixville.
yeah. So this is one of the places I would like to take a group tour up and go up and
'Cause-
not even just do an episode there. I mean, if they welcome us, cool. But this is one of the places I want to go and experience.
You're gonna want a carpool.
Yeah,
Parking
there's
is
these
terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It's like bigger Jim Thorpe.
Oh shit.
But so like
Yeah.
there's this.
Why is there not craft breweries in Jim Thorpe yet? That's like,
guess
could you
that's-
imagine? Like, I know the bars,
Probably
Probably
the space.
fucking expensive.
the bars kill it in
Probably
Jim.
the space.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
not like all those places are small. That's probably why there's not room
Could you
for a
imagine like the
brewery.
Tourism.
Molly
I'm
McGuire Brewery?
I'm
Just
surprised
like-
no one has opened at least a tap room there. But I
Well,
think the best craft
The
beer bar
Union
in,
Public House, which is across the bridge,
Oh, okay, yeah,
has
yeah,
a
yeah.
really good selection of
My
different beers.
actually the best craft beer place in Jim Thorpe is Notch 8.
What's the place that has the big outdoor pavilion that it got collapsed the one year?
Oh, Molly McGuire's.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right in downtown, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
they,
the
they,
corner,
they
right
have shit.
Here's a
now.
question.
Yeah,
But Notch 8.
It's like all domestic beer, but it was cool
Yeah.
to hang
What's-
out there.
oh,
but
it's a
if
great
you
place to
want-
hang out. Their deck's awesome.
if you want some different beers to try, go go away from historic Jim Thorpe, go across the bridge. As soon as you come across the bridge, you take a right, go down about 2 blocks and take a left. The Union Public House.
Yeah.
Really good food. A wide variety of beer, including craft beer. Their only downfall is they don't take credit cards, but they've got an ATM on site.
Here's the thing that I was
like
talking
Palermo's.
when I was talking to Port in Pennsylvania, and Port in Pennsylvania said to us, like, where are you from? And I said, well, from School County. And their question was, which is a great question, is like, how do you guys consume craft beer in School County? Because all you really have is Yingling. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, that's great. We rely heavily on distributors.
And some bars.
Distribution.
And some bars. So we rely on people getting their stuff canned and then arcaded and brought to our local bars or our beer stores so that we can buy craft beer. I said I know Pillaroo and Black Rock are opening breweries in Pottsville. We have some in Tamaqua. That's my fault that I haven't been there yet. As someone who does a beer podcast,
Stoker's is awesome. I haven't been to Revere yet, though.
I should have been to Stoker's at Revere by now.
Dude, Stoker's has like a nice, awesome backyard.
We went to Stoker's. It was so packed.
Oh man,
we couldn't get a beer.
Yeah.
We kind of had. It was kind of like
we got food out back.
Not gonna lie, the food was great, but it was just a little bit due to the fact that it was packed.
They were doing a food
that we couldn't.
Yeah,
we couldn't get a beer. It was, I would say, not a bad experience. It was just.
But during the we walked in and it was packed, and then we found out that they were supposed to be doing some type of event where they were raising money with the food and the beer to donate to something that was going on in the area. I don't remember what the thing was, but it was a big deal.
So that's what it really.
And they were supposed to do it at a venue, but because it rained so heavy, it was one of those days where it was like December or it was middle of the winter.
Oh yeah, something
and it was,
like that. Yeah,
you literally could have went outside in a t-shirt.
Nah.
It was
it was that wacky,
but it was like
weather.
rainy.
Yeah.
It was rain, but it was like 65, 70 degrees, and it was like December.
Yeah,
And we went there, and it was so muddy and disgusting that they're like, we can't do it. So then they brought it all back to Stoker's, and it was just
it's
madhouse.
not a very big place.
It was a madhouse.
It was an old laundromat.
Yeah, it's like lunchroom seating where you kind of go in there, and but we couldn't go in there to get a beer, and then
If you get that on a normal day, it's really good.
Yeah,
it got to the point where we were sitting with like 3 ladies, and the one lady had her flight, and like one of them spilled beer like on her purse and everything.
Oh, went all over Ben's lap.
Yeah, it went on a little bit on my lap and all.
Did you drink it?
No,
wasted.
Did someone else drink it?
Whatever. maybe.
But Jim Thorpe though, like my favorite up there is Notch 8 because it's like the bar's like steampunk themed.
Ooh.
And then like they're upstairs, they have a game room.
Oh wow.
So like you can play like Cards Against Humanity and like
that's cool.
like board games and shit. They have this like
That is cool.
Polish like magnet soccer game
Polish magnet soccer.
Or maybe it's
Polish
Swedish.
soccer with a magnet
Maybe it's
in the
Swedish,
ball.
but like the way you play it, it's like a slate table, and you have a magnet underneath that you have like a striker that you have to put a ball into like a goal.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like soccer, but
Yeah.
like it's fun.
And that's a thing that I definitely when this all does end and I want to start doing with the podcast, and whether if we can't record an episode but just going on our phones and doing a live or saying we're at places.
Yeah, definitely.
We want to go because here's the thing: there's tons of Pennsylvania breweries, but we're kind of in a weird spot where there's not many breweries in our area, so we rely heavily on bars or rely on craft house places where they serve us a bunch of stuff so we can experience other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they deserve just as much credit as a brewery because they're the ones bringing the scene to our area.
And what's the cool thing about Notch 8 is every single beer is from PA and every single spirit they have is from PA.
Oh, that's
and it's
cool,
like
yeah.
super craft cocktail, like super hipster craft cocktail.
So
Like
we
they
give-
make their own tinctures and all that shit.
And
It's awesome.
we want to give justice. We want to give.
I fucked up my thumb. I have to crack it, and it goes a certain way, and it goes fucking south.
I was like,
from
"Am I
there.
hallucinating?" As Ben? Anyway,
He looked so mad at it too. He was like, "I'm gonna fucking get you."
It's like Martin Riggs.
You have to give it like a little gotta give it like the Jackie Chan judo chop.
It's like Riggs banging his shoulder in.
yeah. Mid conversation, I'm like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Anyway,
I thought you were mocking making a cocktail.
Yeah,
It's like I'm muddling really fucking furious.
Yeah, it's a mocktail. Andy.
I am muddling furiously.
But yeah, so I that's another thing I definitely want our podcast to do, because we are a Schuylkill County brew, a Schuylkill County beer podcast. In PA, we have if we could drive to Mechanicsville or Phoenixville, which is not a quick drive for us.
No,
it's about an hour.
So we do heavily rely on local bars and local stuff. So not only do we want to give the breweries love, but we want to give the bars love who support these breweries and put their stuff on product.
Yeah, I talked at Notchade. I just threw it out. I'm like, hey, we're doing a beer podcast. They're like, yeah, hit us up. So
cool.
We'll
awesome.
Once the Rona goes away.
Awesome.
Because they seem to be cool about it. I mean, they might have just been like, to get the fuck out of here, but
yeah,
just tell me what I wanted to hear. But
all right,
it's a cool place.
Mash Bros, Bren, read it off.
All right, here we go. Super Mash Brothers is a New England IPA from
also,
Stable
real quick,
12.
sorry.
Oh, son of a bitch.
These Bold Stable 12 beers were bought at the keg stand in Monty City.
So please tag if you have Untapped, and if you're enjoying it while you're listening.
Yeah.
So Super Mash Brothers is a Stable 12 New England IPA that clocks in at 6.4, son of a bitch, 6.4 ABV. The first beer made in our new mash tun. This hazy IPA is brewed with Citra, Idaho 7, and Mandarina Bavaria hops.
All right.
Logging it in, total 4,073 people, monthly 139, me, 0.
I don't know these hops from a hole in the ground, right? So I don't, when you say these hops, I'm not an educated drinker, I don't know. But whatever hop is in this that gives it that fruity taste, this beer is fucking fantastic. I like this beer a lot.
I think it's just totally different hops in it. I think
you don't get like a fruit, like a really strong. Like I know they describe it as funky.
Yeah,
but it's.
I mean, I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I did enjoy it.
What is that check-in? Like, what is the ABV on that?
It's 6.4.
Okay. I'll go first here. I'm ready to go. This is a 4. A 4 all day long for me. I like this beer.
I'm Mr. 325 tonight.
325?
Yeah, I'm
that's
Mr.
fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
IPA is not your thing, but
3 or 4 of them I gave.
I would love to know what hop I'm tasting that gives it that funky, fruity.
I think that's that mix of the Citra and that Mandarina Bavaria, because I'm not super familiar with that one.
Actually, I thought the Idaho 7 would be one.
That might be
just
too.
A little bit.
It's fucking delicious.
Hop.
That's a good ass beer. That's a really good beer. Cheesefoot.
I went 4 on this one. I feel like maybe I'm a little bit stingy on my ratings sometimes, but this is a fantastic beer.
Juicy
this is
tropical
really
stone
good.
fruit.
This is the second time I've had this, actually, because when Cool Dave and I went down to get that Always Sunny beer, I remember I had this one. And
is this like something that's like a regular for them?
Yeah, they had this on tap there. They had this. They had the Penn State one. They had
the We Are beer.
Yeah. All their beers are fantastic. I would very much like to go again. And food was awesome, too. We went on, like, cheeseburger night or something, and they had, like, $6 cheeseburgers or something.
$6 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting new to the brewery scene. Liquid Noise, we got to experience, like, bar food. They had, like, bar pizzas.
They were fun.
Pizza.
Oh, my God.
I'm not a big mushroom guy. I ate a mushroom pizza.
I'm not big into bacon. They had prosciutto.
Yeah, their pizzas are like gourmet style pizzas, but they're like thin crust.
Yeah,
very fucking good. Like, I can't wait for this to end so we can go as groups to different places and experience it.
Yeah.
But one of the best fucking food places I got to go to so far, and even like Andy Hader on our show was like, dude, Tattered Flag. Tattered Flag had some banging ass food. So I want to try Stable 12 as well.
Rotunda had really good food when we were down there.
Rotunda had good food. We went to Rotunda.
Yeah, Rotunda.
Have you been to Salcone Creek at all?
No.
Because they have the best food out of any brewery I've ever been to. Their head chef there is just incredible. Everything he touches is so good.
Really?
So, yeah.
I just want to go to Gettysburg. I haven't gone to Gettysburg since I'm a kid.
You know what's
funny?
Lancaster Brewing and Appalachian Brewing, they have restaurants that you can you get their beer, and they got a nice menu. It's
I remember
far cry from
Appalachian
food.
had like a full goddamn
So
menu.
Appalachian and Gettysburg.
So I think the 2 places that are on the must do for me list, when everything opens back up, Liquid Noise is definitely high on there. And the second one is I want to do Stoker's.
Stoker's is good stuff.
Because
they have a food truck though. They don't have like in-house food.
But they were supposed to be
wrong with that.
She was supposed to sell
no,
it.
it's not.
She was supposed to be done. And she was like, no, I'm not doing it. And you know what? And just the fact that, like, I got to their beer late because I went to a Reading Royals game and I experienced it. And I was like, I fucking love these
stouts.
beers. Huh?
You said Stokers.
Stouts. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
stouts. I'm sorry, stouts.
Man.
What did I say, Stokers? Sorry, stouts.
That fucking Biersheimers, man. You gotta,
Listen,
you gotta
it all
get that
blend-
checked out.
It
man.
all blends together. And we're on our last beer. I have Rona brain. Stouts. I want to go to Stouts. Like, I look forward to go to Reading Royals games because their beer is there. I have this giant Reading Royals cup I paid $12 for, but you go back there and when you buy the cup and a beer, it's like $22. But if you already bring your cup back, your beer's $9, and it doesn't matter which one
It's
you
like
pick.
a 24-ounce cup.
Oh, it's huge. It's fuck. And
Yeah,
they're
one
like,
of those.
do you want our IPA? And then the lady looks at you and goes, or do you want the triple for the same price? And I was like, and she's an older lady. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but you are a fucking angel. I'll take the triple. And
My
I chugged this huge 22-ounce triple IPA, and then like the end of the first period, I go back and I'm like,
Tony's on the ice. Hangs down.
I get my second cup, and then I'm like, listen, it's been a pleasure. This is my last one. Because after the second period, going to the third, they don't sell beer anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to get the first one down before the end of the first. And then I'm already like
You're flying after
having a
that.
blasty blast, and I'm not driving. So then I quick finish that one. So I then like the second and third period, I can enjoy that beer cup and spread it out. It's the greatest. Like, it's like a system to me at this point, and it's all because of stouts. The one day we were there, it was craft beer night, so I got to have my 2 big cups of stouts and then walk around the entire length of the ice, and it was just like free beers. I'm like, I was smushed.
Yeah, like the Reading Phillies, it's like.
And then we could throw shit
11
on the ice.
yeah.
It was teddy bear night, so you
Oh,
could throw
nice.
shit in the ice, and Gritty was there.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
So
Gritty's my
hero.
I am 3
Gritty
fucking,
should be everywhere.
yeah, I'm hammered
I
looking at
have
this.
a Gritty tattoo. It makes me so happy.
He has a
every time I
Gritty
see
and
it.
the Philadelphia
Oh,
Fanatics.
that one's yours.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I remember Bishop posting that. That's
Yes.
awesome.
So I am hammered watching this Muppet just run around the ice with his big googly eyes. And
I
I'm
almost
like,
wore my Gritty headband to keep my hair out of my eyes.
I do not like anything when it comes to Pennsylvania sports teams. I may support the Flyers a little bit more just because
You
Gritty.
just have to support
Yeah.
Gritty.
Yeah, just because he punched a kid too.
That kid probably
Did you
deserves
see
it.
the tweet the other day? He said, "When this is all over, I'm going to punch another kid."
Did he really? I'm buying a Gritty jersey. That fucking guy's amazing.
I think
I
it's
fucking
funny
love Gritty.
because like there's even like stories of like the little kids like with Gritty and like one kid just like took a fucking swing at Gritty and just like beating the shit out of you, Gritty, and he actually got put in the penalty box then too. It was
Yep.
just like, and then somebody's like, "We're teaching them well in Philly." Oh yeah.
if there's another Philadelphia team that I wouldn't mind supporting is probably the 76ers. I can never do the Eagles. Never, ever, 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 ever. But I can get behind. Not
First
even,
of all,
you know
go
what?
Birds.
The Phillies.
Go Birds.
I could probably do the Phillies.
Go Birds.
I could probably do the Phillies. I could do the Flyers to an extent because hockey. I just like the sport. So I mean, I have a favorite team, but I just like to watch anybody. It would never ever be the Eagles. Never, never.
My
ever.
God.
Who makes this?
Stable 12, Wild West.
Go
So I
Birds.
know we kind of cracked it open. So I'll go with my rating on it. Well, you said it was what was it, Tony? A 4. Cheesefoot said it was a 4.
I went for.
Andy, you said,
I didn't get to mine yet.
oh shit, okay.
Go ahead, Andy. What did you give Mash Bros?
I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
This is tonight's the night of I wish there was the 1.1 rating. Like I would give it this like a 4, like a 3.6.
Okay.
The increment,
Yeah, exactly.
No joke.
Like I want to like Barstool like pizza review this one.
Yeah.
Like this is like a 3.6. Like
365.
like it's
One taste,
it's
everybody knows
good.
the rules.
Yeah, one taste, everyone knows the rules. Like it's good. It doesn't blow me away. It almost is kind of light too. Like I get like it's a very like thin mouthfeel.
It's an odd thing, right? It's an odd thing.
Real
when it
quick.
comes to it.
I just realized that I'm sitting next to Mr. Philadelphia sports fans, and I put his logo right next to my Bros in the Warpath sticker. So like Cheesefoot's hanging out my Redskins show. I love that. It's my new favorite thing ever now.
Give it one of those real quick.
If that wasn't a $5 sticker, I'd let you. I'm
That's
sorry. go ahead.
funny. And Senior, what did you think of it?
The
Super
last
Smash
one?
Brothers, yeah.
3.25 night.
3.25, okay.
I gave it a 3.25. Or did I bump it up? Let me double check here.
while you're doing that, I'll give my rating then too. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. That's actually a decent drinking beer, and I'm that's just honest for me. Like, it didn't blow me away, but at the same time, that's just an easy drinker where you're just like, hey, I just want something to fucking kick back, relax, just have a beer. That's definitely one.
It's super solid.
Yeah, 3.25. Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Like anything that's like 3-0, like I give probably 90% of my beers at least a 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't know, like even though it's like a 5-point scale, like I think 3's like just slightly above average.
You got to do something terrible to get a bad score.
Yeah, I mean, like I gave Yingling Flight like a 0.25, I think, just because it was disappointing because it
came out right before the Corona, so like I haven't had it yet because I haven't left the house before today.
I mean, it's an
you were disappointed that it wasn't something else.
Yeah.
It was
like,
more
like,
you were more angry they made another light beer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that the beer was terrible. It's like
no, like I can drink it, but it's like
but it was like you should have made
thing.
Huh?
You
what
thought
that the Yingling Flight.
Yeah.
So you pretty much what you're saying is Yingling should have been a little bit more innovative rather than making like another light beer.
Like I mean, lagers their market.
Right.
Like, that's their market. Ultralight, they're going to try to take some market share from like Michelob Ultra and shit, but it's like you're still Yingling, you're still technically regional.
Yeah.
And in 3 years we're going to get a seltzer from them.
Yeah.
I feel like they're
that'd be
always
the irony.
behind.
Yeah, exactly.
on
There you go. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, like,
I just want to say Yingling, I love you guys so much, and if you want to do an episode, I'm all the way down. Go ahead.
no, we're
still love Yingling.
I will drink
No, we
75
like
lagers on that episode.
You can give me-
promise.
Give me
can-
all of the Chetty.
Yes, Chetty. Oh. So
I think that would be a good question to ask and be like, why don't you dive into like certain?
that would be one of my
Like when I was
questions.
at the
That'd
craft house when they were like sampling Flight, I'm like, yo, when am I getting my double dry hop Chetty? And he just kind of laughed.
My guess is the ability to manufacture it.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
No, it's
well-
apparently more of just stuck in the ways. I've talked
Yeah.
to friends who work there. And
Don't
like,
don't give me that. You have two
They
things.
just want- they just
You're doing traditional
don't
stuff that
wanna
whole
budge on
entire
stuff.
time.
Like apparently it took like a huge amount just to get the chocolate porter out.
Yeah.
I think
Really?
Hershey was like being really critical about because they didn't want to do anything with it, and
That
like
was part of
Yingling
it
was
too,
like,
but also Yingling was like they don't like to venture outside of their.
and they did it, and guess what?
God.
It was the most talked about thing in the
Yeah.
area forever.
yeah,
You know, even if it wasn't underwhelming,
They
it
still
was
making it?
no.
No.
That was like a
It's
seasonal
seasonal,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think next year they're supposedly going to bottle and can it because of how crazy it was this year.
Yeah.
well, they should.
Well,
add,
yeah,
add more
in every right.
Add more chocolate.
It was a
More chocolate.
phenomenal-
It needs more chocolate.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it just had enough.
slightly more chocolate. Don't
A little bit
fucking-
more.
Don't overpower them.
Don't overpower, but
I
more.
thought I had enough chocolate.
but a bit more. Yeah.
Like, I
heard-
thought it was a solid winter beer.
I also heard that they
Yeah.
might be bottling the bourbon aged porter as well. That's a
They
rumor.
should.
See, they would kill
They
on stuff
should.
like that.
So that's that. So if I ever got to sit down with anyone from Yingling, it's like this is not me being that guy like woulda, coulda, shoulda. This is what I want you to do. But like my bucket list, what I would love Yingling to do is a venture into, and it doesn't have to be regional stuff.
Really get
Just like make it exclusive to Pennsylvania. Like, hey, if you're a Pennsylvania person, we
You
only
mean like
make
Chesterfield.
Yeah, like Chesterfield. Yeah, Chesterfield. Like
Imagine if they had like a nice
IPL.
little brew pub or something.
like an IPL. Like,
Yo,
hey,
if they sold Chetty out of the county, I think they make a killing.
I didn't like
Didn't
the
they-
IPL.
The
Yeah,
IPL,
for me.
I
You can
liked
get
it.
Chetty in Philly.
That's
Pennsylvania.
Back
rare
IP.
though.
Yeah, I've
The,
rarely
seen it anywhere outside of the
Yeah,
area.
every
The-
now and then it'll pop up.
What the hell is the name of that bar down there? It was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
they fucking love Yingling in Pittsburgh. It's huge in Pittsburgh.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I remember back when I was younger and I used to play fucking EverQuest. I had a friend who lived in Illinois that gave me $200 to get him a case of lager.
Wow, I think it's in Illinois now. I think
yeah.
it made its way to Illinois.
But this is like 2002 or 3.
Yeah. So my biggest thing I would tell them, as I said, I would like you to venture out and try more things. But my biggest thing I would love for Yingling to do is like one of the breweries, since talking to other breweries and talking to like breweries who are just on their come up. Like one of the craziest things about Pennsylvania breweries is how much they support one another. Like if we were all breweries at this table, for some, I mean, maybe there is, but for the most part, from what I've experienced, is other breweries are like, hey, dude, we have like 2 pallets of mash, or we have a pallet and a half of like this hop. Do you need it? Do you want it? Here, have it. You know, and they help each other. Like
Standard tap in Philly.
like the support of one another is huge in the Pennsylvania brew community.
Hang on. The Standard Tap in Philadelphia
Is where you can get chesty,
is
cheddar.
on tap. The Standard Tap is Chesterfield Ale.
Where were we at in Philly?
It is out
Across
of a
from-
refrigerator turned into a tap. That's the standard tap. It's
Nice.
fucking
Where,
awesome.
where were we at in Philly where it was across from the steak place? We went in and we had a couple beers when we picked
Garage?
us up from the airport.
that wasn't the standard tap. That was just a
I believe that
Joe's
had,
Bar.
that
or
had
something
either
like that.
Yingling or Chesterfield in bottle or tap there.
Was it across?
Yeah, I have him on
cheesesteak
Twitter.
place?
I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of the
Was
place.
it
but
was
it's
it
right,
the
Joe's
bridge.
cheesesteaks?
It was the bridge.
right across from Tony Luke's.
Oh,
It was like Fat Tony's or something. It was about the guy, the guy who owned it.
yeah. That's not like
I thought you were making fun of
Known
yourself
for any
there,
of that.
Tony.
What's that?
that's not known for any craft.
No,
beers
it's
or
just-
anything.
no, it's just a-
a-
But they
it's
had
just a spot.
they had a whole bunch of Yingling in there because we were like, holy shit!
yeah,
Look at all the Yingling here.
because it's a.
Have you ever been to Tattooed
like a
Mom?
local?
No,
Yeah,
So it's like the bar. I feel like I'm in someone's like Schuylkill County living room.
it's gross and it feels
Yeah,
great.
It's amazing.
I love it. I'm
It's
already
like-
a fan.
It's literally like it's like
Where is it?
It's in Philly on
It's
South
on
Street.
South Street.
But it's like
have a
literally,
whole
it's like
bunch of breweries,
the
too.
bar feels like I'm in someone's house in Schuylkill County. Like
Have
the
you
living
ever
room.
been to?
Can we do this?
The Coonsville Inn in Allentown.
No.
No.
It's the most disgusting bar I've ever been to. It's like the diviest dive of all time.
But it's
The
fantastic.
diviest dive.
It's $1.10 for a can of lager.
Dude, I love dive bars.
And it's
We need to just get when this
Incredible.
is over on a weekend. We are literally just getting in cars and going places.
Dude, I love dive bars.
You know what's a really good place
And I'm
to
bringing
go
the
to?
portable recorder, and we're gonna have a fucking blasty
This thing's
blast.
sad. I'm like, fuck. If anywhere in Philly has Chesterfield, it should be this place.
No
But-
joke.
but
There's
real quick, let me. So, before I lose my train of thought, so the other thing I would definitely ask Yingling too is like, just how the Pennsylvania brewery is really supportive of one another. One of the biggest supporters of local breweries in the area when it comes to like, hey, you need to use our shit because we have like, they're the upper echelon what I consider the craft beer place. Now, Yingling is in a league of its own, even though they're technically still craft beer. Mm-hmm. But Trogs has. They are the top of the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And the support they lend to other breweries is unbelievable.
They're like an unsung hero.
They really
when it
are.
comes to
Like,
breweries.
we talked to Harris Family,
Yeah.
and Harris Family is like the first black-owned brewery in Harrisburg, and they're like, dude, Trogs is like, here's a bunch of hops. Have them on
well,
us.
they did the thing
Tell
not
us
too
to
long
come,
ago.
yeah,
They're
come
like,
and use our lab. Like, you can use our lab.
yeah, well, not too long ago, they did hey, we have all this extra lollipop wort. Homebrewers, come get it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do
That's
your
actually
thing.
nice.
Like,
knowing
so
that.
supportive
They're like,
of the local scene.
They were like, I want to see what you do with it.
Yeah. Could you
So
imagine
I don't know what happened to it because of the Rona now, because
Yeah.
they were supposed to have some kind of like
contest?
Yeah.
where like everyone, like all the homebrewers took their wort, like I think it was like 5 gallons a piece of the lollipop wort, and then they're like, here, you go do what you want with it.
It's awesome.
So it's whether you're going to put different hops in it, like it was the pre-boil wort.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
wow.
So it's like you could put whatever hops you want in it. You could put it whatever fruit.
Oh
whatever,
my,
anything
that's
you
so,
want.
dude. I fucking like. The more I hear of Trogs, I'm like, man, I am such a supporter of those guys because the way they help people, man, they really do. They help the craft beer scene.
The outreach is nutty.
Could you imagine? Now, this is the only thing. If Yingling ever did this, man, I would fucking blow a
they passed
gas.
me
Man,
over
I am
for the
I'm
HR
losing my
manager 'cause
thought,
I didn't have
man.
my bachelor's degree at the time.
What's that?
They passed me over for an HR manager job because I didn't have my bachelor's. at the time.
Oh,
Man, I'm telling you what right now.
could you
Tony, gotta
imagine a
wrap it up.
Trogs,
I'm losing my memory here.
a Trogs Yingling collaboration?
Well, I think
Okay.
that's the. I can't speak for this 100%, but
What are they
I don't
gonna
think
collaborate
Yingling
on?
cares.
Anything. Just make a beer that they both agree on.
Like I could be wrong. Like, but from what I hear is Dick's set in his ways.
Yeah.
And until Dick's out of the picture, whether he retires or whatever.
Oh, we know a guy that could take care of that for us.
But
No, don't say that. No. Yeah, scratch that from the record.
I'm
No.
kidding. I'm totally kidding. I like him. He's a
But
good
no,
guy.
or
no.
you may or may not like. No,
Well, it was
just
funny
no.
'cause At the day of the release of
love Dick.
He
Chocolate
comes to
Porter,
my work a lot. Like he's cool.
I love Dick.
at the day of the
Yingling.
release, I was like, Dick, I'm like, you guys are doing something awesome. And he's like, don't thank me, thank that guy. It was his idea. And I'm like, all right, cool. But I think with their current leadership, they're not into that portion
Yeah.
of it.
Well, that would be a question I'd like
but
to
that
ask.
would be the innovative portion. Like
That'd be a question I'd like to
Yeah.
ask.
Yo, you guys are like the kings. Help out the fellow
If
brewers.
anyone is listening to this and you're savvy enough to take a clip, don't clip Cheesefoot saying he's but
I mean to kill him with kindness.
Kill him with
because
kindness.
I'm a
You
gentleman.
savvy
I
sons
would-
of bitches.
I would kiss Mr. Yingling on his fucking face.
You've got to realize, and beer is kind of the same way as when I was working in manufacturing.
One of the Yingling daughters watched
Hang
our
on.
live stream the other day.
nice.
Hang on, what,
Oh wow.
what people got to
Oh, yeah,
realize
I
is
remember that. I was
there's
there.
only so much shelf space in a beer store.
You don't need to put it on the shelf.
But to get your item to market, you've got to get shelf space. No different than any supermarket.
Hear me out on this though.
So I can understand.
Did they need shelf space for the Hershey collaboration?
I can understand why there's hesitation on coming out with a new beer by Yuengling, because at some point they're going to turn around and say,
I think
we have no place to put this on our shelf.
I kind of disagree with that.
Start local,
because I think as soon as that Yuengling name
I think
gets
you guys
thrown
are
out
thinking
there,
a little
it'll
bit.
just blow the.
They didn't need shelf space for the Hershey. That literally bars in our area were fighting for that Hershey chocolate beer.
They only put it out in tap.
Yeah,
Right.
They only
But
put
even
it out
like
in
the
tap.
distributors, like they ran out of cans crowlering it.
yeah. If Trogs and Yuengling did a collaboration together, the craft beer scene would fucking flock to that.
And then it would give. I think it would like everyone gets butthurt because Yuengling always wins like craft beer of the year because it's by volume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like if they actually did those collabs, then people would be like, "Oh yeah, shit."
yeah.
That would make
they
them
put
a
out-
lot
Yeah,
better.
it'll give them
They
award
are
some
they-
substance.
They are the king.
I agree with that.
They are the king of craft beer, but don't do anything when it comes to the craft beer scene. And that's not me taking
Which
a
is
shot
funny
at them.
'cause, like their best beers, like the Chetty's my number one, Porter's my number two.
I don't-
like just the
I don't
standard
know-
Porter. I love it.
Black and Tan.
I
The
can't
Black and
speak
Tan's
for
really good.
I can't speak for Dick Yuengling, but I don't think that he sees his brewery as a craft beer brewery.
They have it on their label, don't they? America's oldest craft brewery.
No, it's
No,
not
America's oldest
brewery.
brewery only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he sees his
They're
Yuengling
only
as
loved
something
in craft
much
beer
bigger.
because of their volume.
They don't, yeah. And the only reason they're in the craft beer category is because they changed the standard on what on the
'Cause
difference
technically
between
Sam
a craft
Adams
beer
is a craft beer.
Yeah, because of
Sam
of
Adams
Yuengling-
and Yuengling are your two biggest craft
because
beers
of
going.
Yuengling, like I expect my lager to be that.
But even
amber
Sam
color.
Adams
like,
will make
when
a
I get
sour.
a lager that's like that color, I'm like,
Are you sure that's
is this
a
a
lager?
light beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Sam Adams will sneak out a sour on you.
Well, yeah, no,
Well, Sam Adams is innovative. Like
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Sam Adams,
And
I don't
Sam
think I
Adams
would've-
went out and worked with, and bought and worked with Dogfish Head.
Well, they didn't buy Dogfish Head. They only have a deal on distribution, so Dogfish Head can get to more places.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they bought them.
No.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
they-
Wow.
they-
No,
yeah.
it's a distribution deal because everyone like
it's a
'cause
different
whenever, like,
mindset on marketing and distribution.
Because whenever a big conglomerate like alcohol company bought like InBev or like Anheuser-Busch buys a craft beer plate like Lagunitas, I think they were bought by Heineken. I want to
Oh,
say
I wouldn't know that.
they were bought by a major brewery. I want
Yeah,
to say
yeah.
I want to say it's Heineken. I'm not 100% in that, but it was like, oh, they sold out, blah blah blah. But most of it's Heineken's that big brewery's not making them change their recipes.
I don't know if
It's
he's getting
basically
another beer or what. I
it's
don't know.
basically getting their beers into more markets, and that's
Yeah.
what it boils
Oh, he's
down
peeing
to.
or puking. Either one.
Yeah, that's what mostly like. If you read into these deals, like most of these are all distribution based. It's not like no one's changing recipes.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah, they might be
right.
under the
And
umbrella.
that's what Sam Adams did with you mentioned
Dogfish Head, yeah.
Dogfish Head.
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
like
opening
it's
them up to
strictly
more market.
distribution, and that's
Yeah.
all it is.
Which is good for Dogfish Head
Yeah.
because they deserve it.
Dogfish.
As long
Dogfish,
as they're
Sierra
able
Nevada,
to produce it,
Yeah.
and that's where the thing is. I don't know Yuengling's distribution.
Like
The
what
whole-
what the
they-
what
they
the
may-
range is.
The whole East Coast.
They
I would
may
say.
not.
Yeah, pretty
They
much.
may be conservative on expanding,
But they only brew certain beers
because
in
of their
places.
distribution is set up to only produce this
Yeah.
many beers.
Man,
Like
talk
in
about
North
deep
Carolina-
talk the last past few shows.
That's
Holy
good. This is-
shit.
this is good beer talk.
awesome.
This is
like
good beer
this
talk.
is awesome.
Yuengling has the Mill Creek Brewery, and then they have the Tampa Brewery, and then they have the original brewery.
Yeah.
When you're out of Pennsylvania, like when I'm in North Carolina, I go to any supermarket, I see Yuengling Lager Light, sometimes Black and Tan. That's it.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
fun
remember
fa- oh.
sorry,
What about
You're
not
good,
even
you're
Golden
good,
Pilsner?
you're good.
never.
Oh wow.
Nothing besides any of those. I remember my uncle, who lives in North Carolina, when he would come up, he'd take cases of premium back because that was his favorite. He loved premium,
Wow.
but could not get it.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, like, my favorite beer from Yuengling is actually their Bock. I really
The
like.
Bock
I
was
really
really
like
good.
their
I really
Bock.
like the Bock.
Like
They
they even
stopped
get
that, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did like a whole thing because I remember in college my one buddy's like, "Hey, are you guys getting Yuengling Bock?" It was from Sharky's in State College, and like, "Yeah, we're gonna get it. We'll let you know. We'll call you up." Da 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 da. It was like maybe a 6-pack or a 4-pack. I forget what it was. I think it was a 6-pack, and they gave you a little donkey charm for the actual like the beer then too.
Yeah,
and they had it all vintage and all that too. I'm like, this is a really cool beer, and it was actually it was a very decent beer.
Yeah,
they should continue to put out the Bach.
I really like the Bach.
I think they stopped that like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's how long ago it was.
They replaced it with the Oktoberfest, I think.
Yeah, which is I think it's
all right.
I think it's really good.
I think their Oktoberfest is better than Sam Adams.
I agree.
I think it's better than
my
Sam Adams.
second favorite.
It's like a Marzen lager. I mean, it's what it is.
But we can all agree.
Well, let's dive back into this.
No, I'm literally gonna wrap it up.
Go ahead, wrap it up there.
So we all collaboratively
Yingling,
agree.
sit down with us, please.
Yes.
Yingling, 1, sit down with us, and 2, make more craft-like
Well,
style
let's
beers.
sit down first, and then we'll find out why they don't.
Well, that'll work out, but I don't care. I'm just gonna say it.
You know, it'd be
distribution
cool, like,
in
if-
space. I mean, they're the biggest craft brewery in America.
What would be cool is
and
if
they're
they
out of
stuck to, like,
Pottsville, the
their
cheapest
German
area in
roots.
America.
Yeah.
Like, if they want to stick to the German roots, put
Listen,
on Berlin
there's a
Weiss.
reason why sometimes I get bored of IPAs and sours, and I like my pilsners and lagers because I'm in this area. I like my lagers.
That's why
Dude, their summer wheat
haven't-
is so good.
See,
though.
that's
I
the one I
haven't had
don't
their
like, just because
Pilsner
I
in
don't
a
like
while.
I don't like wheats, and I don't really like Hefeweizens. And
Yeah.
like,
All right, so we did crack and drink and pour and get into our last
Wild
beer
West,
here.
Stable 12.
This is Stable
We
12.
haven't even talked about it yet.
Yeah, Stable 12 Wild West.
I'll give my rating right off the
Wild
bat.
West.
All right.
All right, 3.25. 3.25 because this is going to be more of the West Coast. I'm not feeling West Coast at this point, but I feel like that they actually made a decent one here.
Yeah.
And you can get a little bit of that pine into it. Smooth drinker, but I'm just really not into the West Coast. I'm into the New England, so that's where I'm going with that.
This is a West
that
Coast
one.
style IPA brewed with Simcoe, Citra, and Chinook. Chinook.
Chinook.
Whatever. 7% IPA, 7% ABV. From Wild West. I gave this a 3.5 the first time I had it. I'm pretty much staying right where I was. It's not changing for me. I still like it. Not a huge guy when it comes to the West Coast style as well.
Yeah.
It's not my go-to, but it's still a good beer, and I'm a fan of it. And good on you, Stable 12 3.50.
I went 3.25, Mr. 3.25 tonight. I think 4 of our beers were rated 3.25. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I'll be honest with you. With the exception of a little bit more piney taste, I really couldn't tell the difference between the two Station 12s tonight.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought that Mash Brothers with that fruity funkiness taste, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean
Definitely
it was all right. I don't know. I'm just not feeling the IPAs tonight.
No, that's fair. We added a new player to the group here. We're going to add one more beer to the thing to the list,
which I'm shocked about.
And then
I was actually going to suggest it.
Then we're going to play our beer. This is my last personal can of this, as Ben kills it on me. Just fill your glass to the top, you fucking scumbag. Look at it.
Borrow your glass though for the picture.
Yeah,
and I got more of it. So
all right, good. Because I want more of this because I do
you
like
fucking
this.
Scumbag. Hey, I'm fucking thinking of you.
Yeah, I'm thinking of you as he pours the entire fucking.
What are we son of a bitch in here?
You son of a bitch.
This is the Strawberry Zeppelin.
Strawberry Zeppelin by Equilibrium.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Actually,
I
I didn't check this in because I was waiting for the show. I had this already. Yeah, I did not check it in because I was waiting for the show.
We had this before.
I gave you a can of this. I gave you a can of this because my dad is a big Led Zeppelin fan. So I was like, man, this beer needs to have this because he's a Led Zeppelin fan. Fun fact about this beer: there's 0 strawberry flavoring added to this beer.
That's the mind blower.
Yes.
I really wanted to get their Einstein's favorite because they did it with marshmallow instead of vanilla. I'm
Wow.
kind of disappointed.
It tastes a lot different. It's very cold still too.
Yeah.
Let me sit on that for a moment.
Very crisp. Very
A little
crisp,
too
cold.
little too cold right now. Not enough flavor profile for me.
Yeah.
We'll wait for Andrew to come back and I'll take another sip of that. But yeah, awesome conversation. Listen, man, Imprint. We really want to dive more into the Pennsylvania brews. We still have beers that we're sitting on. We have a lot of stout bottles, so we're going to try to sneak in stout bottles every episode.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of this episode was contributed. 3 of the beers, the Flying Dog and the 2 Stable 12s, were all the Cake Stand in Monte City.
The Imprint collabs were by my buddy Eric Pug.
Yep, they were by his buddy.
Thank you, Eric.
The
Again.
Churchill beer was brought by my dad, and he got that where in New York?
Right from the brewery, Warhorse Brewing.
Oh, you got it from the brewery.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. And then the strawberry Zeppelin was from Equilibrium.
Mhm.
We'll just say, where'd you get that one?
Well,
Found-
I may or may not have
found it.
done some things.
He found it on the corner.
You found it. It was in a box on the side of the road.
I drove up to New York.
You drove to New York. That's what we're gonna go with.
I drove up to New York.
And the other half, Ben went the other half, and he sat on this bottle for 2 years. So if you're listening, other half, you're like, why the fuck are they drinking a 2-year-old beer? Listen, man, it held up. It's fantastic.
It did.
It's
For
one of
real.
our science experiments. We like to take stouts and sometimes sours, and we sit on them a little longer than normal, and we try them out.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
All right, I'm gonna
It's
get
all
this first
about-
one. I'm gonna get
all
the
in
first
all, it's
one.
about the fun of it all. I know, like a lot of like milkshake IPAs, or like the lactose.
Read
added
off the
beers.
Zeppelin beer. We're running a little long.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I have to.
Pop's rocking his Bangin Beers Podcast T-shirt tonight. Looks good on you. It's still bright, man. Look at that. That's an OG Bangin Beers Podcast shirt. We don't even make those anymore. That's an OG shirt.
Need to lose some weight to make it fit better.
They did shrink a little bit, didn't they? Yeah. Some of my shirts. I think Heidi does that to me on purpose. She shrinks my shirts.
I actually
Get
have
rid of them.
Yeah.
I have a.
I won't get rid of them.
I have a tank top that I would wear to the gym, banging beers, and I'd be doing my deadlifts.
Well, that's not an OG one. That's a Teespring.
Yeah, I know. I know it's a.
Real quick, I always want to bring it up again, dude. Banging Beers Podcast is fucking kicking ass on the on our merch page. Out of the 5 podcasts I run, Banging Beers T-shirts and merch is just killing it. I mean, the only problem with it is we made our prices so low. We barely make any money on it. So when it comes to like we want to get a new laptop, it's a slow burn process. But
It's like the band life, though. Hey, you're playing for exposure.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
for real.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like I think I credit a lot of my podcast to because I have a lot of friends in the music business, so I take a lot of what they do in music and translate it to my podcast, which probably you do with your
How I
comedy
do
as well.
with all my comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you know any other comedians that have like 10 T-shirt designs and you don't even know who the fuck they are? Like,
Exactly. Like I kind of promote this podcast like a local band. You know what I mean? Like buy merch. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You're in a tough spot because if you increase your price, it's gonna where you're getting your T-shirts from.
Yeah.
You can buy one T-shirt,
Yeah.
so the fees that are attached to that,
Like shipping and stuff.
shipping
yeah.
and that gets added in. So
I don't have the money to go buy 1,000 T-shirts and sell them to people.
It is what it is at this point, and until it grows. And
Yeah.
And for yous that go
but
out and
it's-
buy
it's
it, man,
supportive.
thank you so much. And if you do rock it and you buy it, take a picture wearing it and send it to us because we like to put that on the page. But our-
Thoroughly intrigued by that. Too.
yeah. So our last beer is the Strawberry Zeppelin by Equilibrium. Ben, give your description. Let's get our scores in, and let's give our beer of the night.
Okay, Strawberry Zeppelin is a American IPA, clocking it at 6.5 ABV. Despite not having actual strawberries, Strawberry Zeppelin is an IPA brewed to highlight Belma hops grown at Puderbauer Farms in Mabton.
I just like how we get drunk and try to say words
Crosby
we don't know.
hops.
Is your pressure finger fires and
I'm not shitting you. This is a tough read off. This is a tough read off.
This beer is brewed with a sugar finger and we like it.
I'm not that bad. Come on.
Come on, brewed with love. He's like that Liberty Insurance commercial guy. Take 9,000.
This is Liberty Bibbidi. We'll dub it.
Okay, so we paired the Belma with cashmere to help boost the flavor profile. Strawberry Zeppelin pours bright yellow with flavors of mixed berry, underripe strawberry, and raspberry.
I'm holding it to warm it up.
Pleasant berry earthiness and a bit dankness. This beer is extremely crushable and is a fun way to exhibit berry notes without actually using them. Thanks to Puderbauer and Crosby for working with us on this one.
So first off, this label is on the table. This label is gorgeous.
Table label.
It's a table label.
Fun to
It
say.
is a
We all
giant,
did it.
It is a giant strawberry that looks like the Zeppelin. It even has some Led Zeppelin kind of sneaky font in there and some symbolism. Awesome label. Good for you. Your label probably gives you an extra little rating on your little rating bump for me. I give it. Now listen. Hold on, let me get one more little whippoorwill here. I don't know why I say whippoorwill. It's like my new little
The dam?
yeah, like the dam. R.I.P.
What's on?
I don't think they stock it with fish anymore.
No, do they sell the shooting
Whippoorwill?
range?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
No, I thought they were open.
No, they I think they still do.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
What y'all are even talking
There's
about.
like a
The Whippoorwill
shooting
is like a
range,
lake. It's like a
sporting
lake
club,
shooting range,
like right
yeah.
outside of my.
All right. Normally,
outside, like Mono, like it's in between like the Maria and Frackville.
all right.
I'm
I'm
like
gonna.
a fish
outside of
pond, a
Yeah.
archery range, and a gun range.
Yeah.
It's like $20 to join for the year.
Oh, in
That's
Frackville. I'm thinking of what's the one in Ringtown? Like on the way to Ringtown. That was
Sh-
closed.
Shendo
Pumping
fishing
station.
Yeah, the
Random.
pumping station's closed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going.
Pumpy.
Really?
The Pumpy. I think they
Pumpy's
don't.
not closed,
I don't
is
think
it?
they don't stock that one anymore. They
I
might not
don't
stock
know.
it. There's fish in it, but they don't stock it anymore.
I don't
Oh
know.
wow.
I haven't fished it.
So
Yeah,
this
I haven't since
Listen,
listen,
like
I
20
can't
years.
I can't catch a cold, let alone a fucking fish. So this normally is a yeah, bad timing. This beer I would probably give a 3.75, but because of the label and it's Zeppelin, it's getting a 4. Done. I don't care.
Okay.
Hate on me
Three-
for giving points to a label, but listen,
3.5.
Oh, you stepped it up on an IPA.
And a quarter point because of the label.
so 3.75.
No, 3.25.
Oh, the label
quarter
bumped it up
point.
to the-
Quarter
Okay.
point brought it up to 3.5 because of the label.
Label's fucking fantastic.
I think I'm gonna stick with the 4.25 that I gave it originally, just solely because like it still is a beer that does not have any berries, like
Yeah.
strawberries, and it's nutty how they actually did that. Thank you, Pete, for doing that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Good beer.
That's
a
the
good beer.
brewmaster.
That's right.
GQ.
I gave 4. It's super crushable. And the berry and strawberry without actually having berries is just some sort of wizardry.
yeah. Equilibrium makes good fucking beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they're-
no, I give that a 4. I could crush that one all day.
Okay.
I went 4 for it as well, and I think I'm on the same page as you, Tony. I would have went 3.75, but it's really cool. The label definitely gives it something.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like a cool label definitely adds to something.
I really
but
dig Zeppelin, but it didn't.
from
factor
my
into
experience,
my
most of the time, a really cool label is to distract you from the quality of a beer. But this one definitely
absolutely.
adds to
Did you
it.
see
Dead on that? cheese
Sirius is having a vote top 50 Led Zeppelin songs of all time.
Oh God.
split. Isn't that like just all the songs?
No.
All right.
But no, I like that. Like that's a good like label. I bought so many beers because of labels.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's just fun.
If
And
you got a
yeah, I know,
dinosaur on
it's
the
fucking
label, I'm
terrible.
probably buying it, and then I'm probably regretting it.
Topple Goliath pseudo. All the pseudo beers have a
Pseudo
T-Rex on it.
Sues are actually the
And they're
Pseudo Sue is
fantastic.
really good. I've had a couple of them. from
King
there.
Sue's phenomenal.
We get them at work a lot of times. What's the brewery that does that?
Toppling Goliath.
Yeah, we get those a lot.
You can
And
get that-
They're always
Fandango
really
Dragon
good.
was or Dragon Fandango is fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh.
All right, so the way this works, Cheesefoot, I know we changed the format a little bit since the last time you're here. We're voting the beer of the night. So
you pick a
So you
beer
pick one beer. It
that
moves,
you
it moves
absolutely
ahead
love.
one spot. Now, once you've already voted for that beer, so say if your beer does not win beer of the night, you cannot vote for it again for second place.
I'm gonna lose this. I know it. But where's my imprint sour John? Is that this boy?
Yep.
You
I'm
got
picking
it.
it. Boom.
My only gripe about these two beers is the same fucking label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, irony.
So
man.
this he went with the sunspots have faded. The peach
Sunspots
mango.
have faded.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. That was very high for me as well, but I'm going with Super Mash Bros by Stable 12.
Okay.
I thought that beer was fucking great.
Andy, you go for it.
Zeppelin.
The sorcery of berries with no berries. That's what I'm like. Because
Their
like,
brewmaster is actually a wizard.
like
Fun
he-
fact.
I hope he has a very
I heard
large
they
hat.
I heard they brewed this beer at Crowley's residence.
Like no, seriously. Like
Didn't they make an
tastes
album
like
there?
strawberry and
Yeah, somebody bought one of them.
Alistair
I don't
Crowley,
remember.
yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Page.
one of them bought Jimmy
Mr.
Page bought
Crowley.
Crowley's
I
residence, and
don't know if
they
it was
record.
Jimmy Page or Robert Plant. Jimmy Page, I think.
Yeah.
One of them bought Crowley's.
But yeah, like I
Castle.
mean, the berry and strawberry notes to this, and it's super crushable
Realistically,
with no berry in it. And
Real-
I don't even like berry stuff.
yeah, realistically, this episode was good, man. It was a heavy hitter.
This is a nice
There's
one.
not one
It's-
beer I'm like, that was terrible. I'm being honest.
No,
Even
that,
the Churchill stuff.
Even the stout. Yeah, I didn't mind the stouts.
wow. That's fucking nutty.
Yeah.
That's really nutty for you.
All right, Pops, where are you going
On a
with?
scale of 1 to nutty, it was
Churchill.
absolutely nutty.
Churchill.
Churchill without a
Whoa.
doubt.
Oh, shit, man. You're breaking the tiebreaker for the number one beer of the
boy.
night.
Oh boy.
Then you're gonna be like, I'm gonna take this one.
He's going that other stout.
Wild card, bitches.
He's gonna be that guy.
He's gonna be
Make
that guy.
every do it again.
She's
Breaks.
like,
Four-way fucking
son of a bitch.
It won't be a 4-way tie. I have a way to break this. But go ahead, Ben. Pick your beer. Or just giggle into the microphone and give us awkward silence so I have to talk. So
Would my good friend George Washington persuade you?
So you have one doll head.
What about his good friend?
How about
What's his
George
name?
Abraham
Washington?
Lincoln?
So he's a
But he's
clone?
copper. I'm
all right, Ben,
sorry.
pick your beer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's no stinker in this bunch, and
Every beer that's up for I mean, obviously minus the Churchill maybe for me, but the 3 that were picked, I don't hate.
God.
I don't hate at all.
You know what?
Not a bad pick. That was my
That was a
Imprint,
solid one. I liked how it was like so loud in the beginning, and then it pulled itself back.
Yeah,
The North Philly
and
and me
that's
almost
really-
just screamed.
That was just like, wow. I like that.
So the beer of the night is going to be Imprint, the collaboration with
Lost
Tavern, and it's going to be the
yeah.
Sunspots Have Faded Fruited Sour Ale. Good for you guys. That's beer.
Yeah.
That's beer of the night. Cheesefoot, pick your second beer of the night.
Out of the Johns that were up, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Stable 12.
The other
Which
Stable
one?
12? Oh, no, which
the-
one? The Mash Bros?
Yeah.
All right. I cannot vote for Mash Bros because I've already picked it. So if I went with my second beer of the night, I would go with the Zeppelin.
Move that one up for me, too.
All right, Ben goes
I'm
Zeppelin.
not going to be the last fucking rotten egg there, man.
The pressure.
Churchill.
Churchill's my number 2.
What are you going with, Pops?
I'm conflicted between the sour and the Zeppelin. I'm going to go with the
Which sour?
I would have
the
voted
Imprint.
for that, but it's already number 1.
Yeah, it's already
number
So
one.
that's
So
completely
I would
that
go-
was my number 2.
I would go. Yeah, I was going to be my number 2 until it became number 1. So now I'm going to have to go with the Strawberry Zeppelin.
All right, Zeppelin is the number 2 beer of the night.
Damn.
All right, last but not least,
Numero 3.
number 3.
I'll give you mine right off the bat. I'm going to go with the Astro Traveling just because it was an aged one for 2 years and it, smelled like a bourbon barrel age. It was super boozy, but it did not taste like that at all.
All right,
I'm going to be weird for me. This Churchill, John.
Churchill. I already voted Mash Bros, so that's out of the running for me. I would go. I guess I go with the other Imprint collaboration.
I can't vote for
It's
it.
tough. It's tough. Yeah. with our rules, it makes it tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the
I
confliction.
can't vote for the Churchill because
Like my beer of the night, I can't even vote for second or third because I Mash Bros for me was number 1.
I'm gonna go with the night putter. It's just it was one of
Crushable.
those deals that you
Crushable.
can drink it all
Oh,
day,
boy.
just about.
That's
The
a fair-
fourth runner.
I was torn between these two. I was torn between the collaboration and the night putter. I really was.
So it's up to me.
You get to do
Yeah.
it.
The stout,
wow.
the stout sneaks in there. All right.
The coconut,
aged
John.
stout.
At least a stout
That's what's
made it.
weird.
It wasn't the one I was hoping
That's what's
for,
weird,
but a
like,
stout made
it's
it.
so strange. Like you
The
guys
dark
got all this
horse.
coconut.
No
and
pun
I
intended.
Fucking hate coconut, but I don't taste coconut. All I get is macadamia, and I get I don't get the boozy. I get the chocolatey notes of the roasted malt, and I get the macadamia. It tastes like a macadamia nut cookie to me.
And Tony rated it too.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's enough of a fucking reason.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
good-
there we
fun
go.
episode, man.
that was definitely
good
fun.
episode.
No stinkers. That was just solid, guys. Breweries, if you're listening, if anything, great job.
Yeah.
Great job. You got 5 guys just drinking regular beer. Hey, you did a great job. Like we were torn. We had 2 or 3 4-way ties. So that's telling you something.
And we all,
No, everything tonight was super solid.
for the
no
most
matter,
part,
where
minus
it came from.
Ben agreeing with the one beer that took beer of the night. We all had a different what we thought was our favorite beer.
Was
Yeah.
the last episode
Yeah.
I did with you guys before the Rona, the Omnipollo one?
Yeah.
Because that left it. That was like a fucking.
That was a bitter taste.
that
no
was
pun intended.
that was a beat down.
Yeah. That was a
Man.
tough
And now
episode.
to like this, it's just like every single thing. Like if it was in my fridge, I'd be cool with
It was just
Yeah.
nice.
Same here.
So
The last
Tony,
time, the first clean out was really good too. For the
Yeah.
I mean, minus the beer that we had that was old.
yeah.
Every beer in that lineup was good too.
Wow. Yeah, we had 2 Trilliums that were actually pretty
Man.
decent. We had Oh, we had a whole bunch, and even like the beer tree. We had the prickly pear and the guava one. That was actually a pretty stellar sour.
Yeah.
That was actually a decent one for a canned one. But
all right, Ben, what do you got to plug?
oh, you son of a bitch! You stole it from me. I was trying to go for a full clean sweep. I was
Go ahead,
actually
Ben.
wanted to.
We'll pretend that didn't happen.
No, that's okay.
It didn't happen. Go ahead.
No. I want to be fair about it.
All right.
So I want to plug. We're doing another episode this Saturday.
Well, depending on
Benny
how they
Brewing.
release it, it may get released ahead of this one.
Well, at some point, we are doing a Benny Brewing Company
Yeah.
beer drink off because they're
Beer
only
drink off.
like 12 cans.
We're gonna put
they're
some-
only 12-ounce cans. So
we're gonna put
Everyone's shotgunning 12% beers.
We're gonna put some Ben in our mouth.
and he's got the puns lined up. So
Yeah, that's tomorrow night. So anyone
Prepare to laugh.
anyone can join tomorrow. That's at 10:30. If you want
Yeah.
to come, the table is open. From right now, just me and Ben. Steve, Spive and his girl may join us. It's up in the air, but like I said, we have 3 seats. We have 4 seats open, so whoever wants to join us can.
yeah.
It's open. It's open table. So yeah, we're gonna do the Benny's tomorrow. But depending on where this it might air. The Benny's episode might air before this episode. I think
Is
I'm
that
gonna
10:30 a.m.?
Yeah, no, 10:30 p.m.
Okay, I was going to
PM.
say I don't
I'm
know
like,
if I've
wow,
seen that.
Tony,
in a
man.
while.
We are
Just stay here.
we are recording. We are
10:30, precious.
Yeah, we are recording a interview with the artist from Nightmare Brewing Company around 8 or 9 o'clock. So by the time that ends, we can jump in and do our next episode, so we can kind of clear out some of the stuff we got.
Yeah, we're really we
We're
have
gonna
that
keep-
influx of beer.
we're
We're like
gonna
Saudi
keep-
Arabia, but with beer.
We're gonna keep the episodes for Friday on that Sunday schedule. I
Fair enough.
am gonna get them to they are gonna release a little sooner.
Fair enough.
So what I might do, the episode we're recording now, I may release sooner than later. I may even release it possibly even tonight just to get it out there if I'm quick with it. Then release the Benny's episode Sunday, and then next week when we record on Friday, it'll be the collaboration episode that releases Sunday.
I know we're still gonna go more driven towards the PA breweries, but
We did sneak a few
gonna
in there,
do
but yeah.
we're still gonna do like some wacky gimmicky stuff. We're still gonna do the same like out of state stuff then too, but at the same time though, we're really gonna be more concentrated. I just want to
Just
put that word out. You know what I mean? It just
PA.
Yeah, it's
we're not gonna totally dismiss. It's just that you're gonna see them a lot less.
it's like when I
the frequency of them.
started a wrestling podcast, and
Yeah.
they would ask me, "What do you think of New Japan?" And I was like, "I don't watch New Japan." And like, well, and then I thought to myself, like, how do I come across as a credible wrestling podcast if I don't even watch New Japan wrestling?
Yeah.
So like, I'm a Pennsylvania podcast, and 90% of the breweries in the area I haven't even touched into. So I definitely want to get more under my belt. I definitely know that's a slacking point for myself, and I want to fix it. So that's my goal.
And I got one more thing before
Go ahead.
we can go around the horn. So I dove into the wine brewing or making. I'm actually making a dandelion wine. I actually put blood oranges and
Can we just
one
cut
lemon in.
like right here?
Fucking don't poke my eye out, you fuck ya. But anyhow,
Sweep it. It's okay.
Sweep it more. There you go.
It's like the goth kid in South Park.
I think he fucking Danzigs it. He sticks it right in the corner of his eye, and it's like, isn't that fucking annoying to you?
no,
Okay.
it's not. It's not even in there. But anyhow, I'm actually trying to make a dandelion wine.
Yeah.
And believe it or not,
I don't even know.
in my futile attempts yesterday, I stayed up until like 3 o'clock having like a few beers doing it. I am actually fermenting at this point in time, and it's a kind of like a little crowning achievement for me doing it. I'm promoting myself.
He's making a cat piss dandelion wine because all the stray cats pee all over.
You
everything.
fucking son of a bitch. No, it actually
picked them out of his
it smells very fragrant.
I'm
very
joking.
orange. I know.
If it smells like cat pee, Jason will love
It's just
it.
a really good IPA.
Yeah.
Well, whether or not it comes out like a blood orange wine or whatever, because that's the only thing
It's
I
your
smell
first crack
dominantly.
at it. It's your first crack
It's
at
my
it.
first crack at
That's
it,
the
and I'm
weird-
actually going smoothly, believe it or not.
That's the weird thing about brewing is because like when you like make I've never done wine, but like when you make beer, you taste the wort before you like ferment. You're like, whoa, that's really fucking good. And then you ferment, you're like, what the hell happened?
But I'm just rolling with it. Like I got it
What-
fermenting down in my cellar.
Are we gonna drink it and then name it on the show?
We very well might. I don't
All
know.
right.
But like at the same time, though,
I'm so excited
No, it
to
can't
name-
be Camp Piss Dandelion Wine, Tony. No,
You said we can name it. It's gonna be a group vote.
no. Yeah. We're gonna write our names on a fucking tally and what are the best ones,
Bodie
and then
McVote
fucking
face.
vote it.
Yeah.
There's some democracy, damn it.
We're gonna vote every beer as Ben's a fuck face.
You could do like a straw poll through your
Yeah.
YouTube and everything too.
Yeah.
But I'm rocking and rolling with it. I'm very pleased. Even I got a hold of the It's Just Beer guys, Uncle Dan, where he does ciders and wines. He goes, "Man, you're taking off pretty well." I'm like, "You're taking off." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with the rally." So
That is still something in the works. I know we haven't talked to those guys. I haven't reached out in a while, but I
Yeah.
didn't forget about you. I've just been really busy.
I
trying
wanted.
to record.
I was almost gonna send them a text message asking
Yeah, I got
about it.
I
but
should
at the
have.
same time,
I should. We have a group chat that I should definitely reach out and be like, "Hey guys, I didn't forget about you. I just been really busy. I've been trying to record as much as possible with this Corona because I'm not working. So I'm trying to do at least one recording every single day."
They'll definitely understand. Like
Yeah.
I know. I've been talking to Josh and Uncle Dan. I tried to talk to Dan then too, regular Dan, not Viking Dan. He hates Viking Dan.
Yeah, I would hate it too.
But just regular Dan. He like those
Just
guys
Dan.
are cool. So
Dan and Uncle Dan.
just Dan.
Yeah, there you go. You
Just
know,
Dan.
regular Dan is just as
And
insulting.
you're just
as-
gonna say just Dan.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We called Cool Dave regular Dave for a long time.
It's fucked up.
He stepped back. He wasn't being cool for a little bit. He became regular Dave. We won't tell you where he went after that because he got less cool than regular Dave, and there was like a month where he became
He didn't get
pathetic
cool
Dave.
enough.
Yeah,
But we brought him back.
All right, cool.
Well, he brought himself back.
I need
should
to hang
say.
out with him more.
He's great.
Yeah,
He's
we
like
need
one of my
Who's
favorite
regular
people.
Dave?
Lorenzo. We're talking.
Oh,
about.
Cool
yeah.
Dave.
Yeah,
All right,
Cool Dave stepped down to regular Dave at one point, but he's back. He's cool.
No, he's yeah.
I want him back on the show. I love that guy to death.
Yeah, I really want him back too. He was
Yeah.
fun.
If we have an open seat, he's
He was
always
fun
welcome.
on a bun.
Well, thank you for joining us, Cheesefoot. What do you got to plug?
I don't get to do anything anymore because Corona.
You son of a bitch.
At
you.
least like with all my musician friends, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm doing shows from my living room." But have you seen anybody try to do like comedy from their living room? When people don't laugh, it just doesn't work. Like it's not the appropriate
it's
setting.
a bad
so
sitcom with no laugh track.
Yeah, like
What if we
have
get
you watched
someone-
Friends without the
It's-
laugh
it's a
trap?
live meme.
Because it's fucking awful.
Terrible with the laugh track.
It's a live.
It is terrible.
What if we like one
So
of
I've
us will
just been
send, we'll
writing.
put the laugh button for you?
Oh,
It's
please.
like,
That would
Comedy
work.
without an audience is a live meme on Facebook.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and like I would love to find the medium where it does work, and I feel like the person that does find that is going to be very successful.
All right, I'm going to give a hot take then too.
Viral comedy works, and I've been writing for that. Actually, I was talking to Randy. Randy and I, before this started, we're supposed to. We have like studio time booked out in Ohio to go record some viral comedy type
Oh,
stuff.
we got to
to
get
do.
Randy on. We got to get Randy on here.
I think Randy's in the area, by the
Is
way.
he?
Oh, we got to get Randy in.
He doesn't
here.
reach
Oh
out
my
to me.
God.
Oh, fuck you, Randy.
I talked to him about anime. He actually
But
likes
he's
anime.
Randy. I mean, he's
All
Yeah.
I've been doing. Is
I don't
just-
take
is
offense
just
when
writing.
Randy's in the area and he doesn't reach out to me because when Randy's in the area, everyone's pulling at him.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I just leave him. I leave him be.
Yeah.
If he contacts me, I feel honored, but I don't bug him. Yeah.
So all I've been doing is just writing. Hopefully, have some new material for when everything goes back together. I did have a bunch of shows canceled because of this, which bums me out.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do
Yeah.
I was doing a run with handguns again, but we were going out with the Queers and the Ataris, so it was
Oh,
going
that's
to be
cool.
like
like a
really
bigger
fucking
tour, yeah.
cool. It was going to be like 1,000 people a night, and here I am sad that I don't get to do that anymore. But I've just been writing. I've been putting together a lot of my merch designs. I actually have a whole bunch of merch designs now.
Huge plug from Noah.
Noah
what a
has
good
been
kid.
fucking killing it.
What a good kid, right?
He wouldn't let me give him money, which really pisses me off.
Yeah, same here.
There's nothing worse than when somebody does something for you and doesn't.
You know
let
what I do?
Give them money.
I what's your address? And
Oh
he
yeah, I
goes,
got
"What?"
him shirts.
And then I send him shirts.
Yep, I got him shirts. I was like, you designed this one and this one and this one. I was like, I got you.
He
Don't worry
designed
about
our
it.
Bangin Beers podcast shirt that may or may not look like Past Blue Ribbon.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's awesome.
And then he designed our Not Cool in High School that looks like the Nintendo logo.
That one's also awesome.
Really cool kid, man. 14 years old, and he's putting
Yeah, I was
together
thinking, that kid looks
shows.
super young.
Yeah.
He's 14 years old, and he does compilation albums where like he lets people put their music on it.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
he's putting vinyls on and shit
and he
for
puts
comps.
vinyls out, and then whatever the money he makes with the vinyl, he donates to something.
That's
He
awesome.
actually
Doesn't even
did
keep
that.
Doesn't even keep the money.
Just he was like, hey, I want to do this this project I've been working on. He sent me a picture of it. It was just like me and Billy Trey, and he's like, I want to put this on a T-shirt and posters and stuff, and then like donate the money to charities. I was like, all right,
Cool kid.
cool. I'm not going to ever tell you can't put my
one
face
thing or
on
another,
something if
yeah.
you're donating
Yeah, same here.
money. Like,
And I know Noah listens, but like he's probably excited you're on this episode because he's a fan of you. Like I know he has a business, like a little page he makes called Punksteria, and he makes compilation albums with local bands and local punk bands, and he makes these albums, and you can buy physical vinyls or albums, and he sells them, and he reaches out to people and like, hey, I was just thinking this logo would look cool for you. Do you want it? And he would send it to you, and then. Like the cool thing, like he's just a super, super sweet kid. Like I met his mom at a bar one night, and he was like, she goes, I have this kid, and I don't want to go into his personal stuff, but he was going through some stuff, and and then I was like, what is he into? And she's like, he's into the local music scene. He loves Handguns, he loves Look Alive, he loves all these bands. And I was like, where do you live? She's like, Girardville. And he's like, he loves Crowbar. I said, I can't promise Crowbar because I don't bother those guys when they're home. When they're home, that's their free time. I don't bother them. And I was like, but I'm doing an interview that's already booked with Jacob from Handguns. I'll run it by him. I don't think he's going to have a problem with it, but when he's in at my house recording the interview, I will let him hang out off camera and then once the interview's over, him and Jake can meet each other. And she's like, would you really do that? I was like, 100%. And she's like, oh, this drunk fucking idiot in a bar. That's not, he's not going to do it.
Drunk goof.
So then I messaged him like, hey, Jake's scheduled for this day, be at this address. And the day Jake showed up, he was here, and we hung out, and we had a whole interview. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
see, we're going to go split custody here because you got me and you got Cheesefoot. I'm getting your dad and Andy. So, Andy, what do you got to plug?
Yeah, he feels so much better now. Look I feel like a weight is off his chest right now.
I think we're very close to getting the First Hands Resist single out.
Oh, baby.
I believe it's going
That's awesome.
to mastering with Alberto, who has done like Crowbot and stuff. So
Nice.
Alberto is an awesome fucking
yeah,
dude.
I like we met like on Instagram, and he's just because like I'm like, all right, cool. But I think Smurf has Bishop. I don't know. Bishop may or may not be doing our art. I don't know.
Yeah.
Smurf says
Dude,
he
Smurf
is.
did that guitar challenge, and he was just like playing, and I was like, he's so fucking good. He's so
How do
good.
we have literally like 5 of the top 10 guitarists in the world in Schuylkill County?
Dude,
How
so
did
many
that fucking
talented-
happen?
Dude, when you guys make your
It's not
videos,
me.
you're very talented. Stop it. But like you, and then Smurf makes the videos. Eddie makes the video. You're
Eddie
like,
Collins is disgusting.
Oh,
It's so
Eddie-
good.
like people who go see Crowbot are like, oh, that bass player is really good. He's a good bass player. Like
Just
you don't
play
even
guitar.
you don't even know what this
Like
cocksucker
here's
doing
a
on
blank
guitar.
between the bear to me.
Yeah. And Bishop was ranked at one point in time like top
Like 16th, I think.
like
it
six,
was.
like top
Yeah.
20 in the world as a guitarist, and his bass player is probably ranked in the top 22. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Yeah. And then like Max Bolton, just the kid's a fucking idiot. Like he's just like not an idiot, but he's just so
I've
talented.
only met him once.
Dude,
but,
his
like,
voice
I've
is
seen
just
him so many
built for
times.
80s
It's
new wave.
disgusting
Yeah.
He's a
good.
fucking goof. He's like the goof. And I love him
Did
for
you,
that.
see the Highway Star video I put of him playing Highway Star?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my god, he's so good. He's our intro music to Tornado Attack. And real shout out again to Ultraviolent for our new intro music for Bangin Beers for a couple episodes.
Yeah, I'm kind of bothered that like I said Faith in Exile, and then you put Ultraviolent and made me look like I had my pants down from the live stream. I'm like, here's Faith in Exile, and then you put Ultraviolent. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, we switched it up.
You
But yeah,
goof.
but huge thanks to you guys at Faith in
Yeah,
Exile
no problem.
for coming back. Kind
I'm
of
still
bringing.
waiting for frickin' Ben to write my lyrics. Like
Calm
give a
down,
fucking
calm
ridiculous
down, I got
80s
it.
metal song.
We
for
may
it.
not.
we'll get-
I know we entertained it, but I think I'd much rather have support local
Have you
bands and give them plugs.
No, we're still
Whatever.
doing it. No.
If you ever go into
No.
like
Maybe we do a segment.
Yeah.
if you ever go into like a men at work genre, he can write your lyrics.
And jokingly, the funny thing about it is when we were picking up the beers from Breaker and
He
Benny
played it on the
Brewing
radio.
Company, I played "Who Can It Be Now" to be a fucking dick, and I'm like,
We talked. The conversation came up of quitting while you're ahead and quitting while you're on top, and Ben's like, "Yeah,
Men at work.
just like men at work." And I was like, "I fucking can't stand you."
Get out of the
All right, Ben. Ask your question.
So anyhow, Senior, what do you got to
I'm
plug?
not done yet.
I got.
Oh no! You son of a bitch!
Way to go, Ben.
So, we're very, very close to getting the First Hands Resist single out. Like, all the music's done. I've been working on some vocal stuff at home
Okay.
because we can't go to the studio now. So,
If
but
you need help, I'm here. I don't know how it would work, but I'll help you help the best I can.
I got my own program.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Don't worry.
But like that's why I bought a studio mic and everything, so I can literally just put our tracks down, and I have all the stuff at home.
Nice.
So I've been working on that to send to our engineer, And then, so hopefully we're very, very close to getting the Hands Versus single out. We wanted to get a video, but we can't shoot one at the moment now, so it'll probably just be a single with some art and stuff. So
Fair
Cool.
enough. Fair enough.
You could probably get Danger to do one of those stop motion. Like how
yeah, we
did-
already talked to him about some
Yeah.
stuff, but we'll see what's going on. Like, we kind of want to do an actual video. Like, we don't want to just do one like a lyric video or like a bunch of random pictures and shit.
like a
behind
goofy video.
Would you
So-
do one of those videos where you have like your friends and family in it, kind of like as cameos?
it. I thought about just doing one where we're just all just drinking for 3.5 minutes straight.
You
on,
are
like, Zoom.
allowed to do shit like that in certain counties right
Yeah.
now. Like Northumberland is the closest county
Yeah.
that you're allowed to.
There you
We'll
go.
probably
So
do
it's
it
like
here
a,
and get away
a
with
half
it,
an
I'm
hour
sure.
drive. And
Like,
you
we
would
go
be
out in the woods with a
completely
bunch of
legal.
fire and guitars. I don't think anyone's going to say anything. But,
Bushfire.
Central,
Bushfire.
Central your road.
yeah, we have a few ideas, but the video will probably come later. But we're very close to getting the single out. We have about 3 to 4 new songs in the works. Faith in Exile as well.
Awesome.
I've taken the time to try to become a better guitar player, so I've been learning a bunch.
I know
of
you
stuff.
said for a while that you were really upset, like not upset, but you were really hard on yourself with your one technique sweeps. And you could definitely tell you're like, I'm working at this to get better at it.
Yeah.
Which I think I like. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, like
Listen-
I posted the beginning of I played Alaska by Between the Buried and Me, and I think it sounds like shit, but I'm like, hey, this is as close as I've gotten to it ever, so I'm
Listen,
gonna post it.
that's
'cause I
the
was
thing,
also
man.
drunk.
If you're not taking this time during this thing to get better at what you want to be at, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, so I've been going back. Like, I've always been like a rhythm guitar player. Like, Scott Ian's like my hero. Like, that's where I've always been at.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to take those steps to get better. So like, I've just been going back to fundamentals and
There
really
you go,
working it because
man.
I don't have anything else to do. So like, I'll just sit on the couch with my guitar, fucking going over scales and patterns and sweeps and all this shit. So
Hey, get sharper, man. Hey, you got the fucking whetstone. Get
So,
sharper, man.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what we've been up to. So, but yeah, a lot
Awesome.
of cool stuff in the works.
Are you good now?
Yeah,
You got, you got
Now I'm
everything
good.
out. Okay,
Now I'm
cool. Senior, what do you got to plug?
I'm not going out on tour anytime soon, but
Okay.
Do you want to?
no, just hanging out, trying to get through this bullshit, and biking whenever possible.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
I
enough.
got planning some bike rides in the near future. Hopefully the weather will hold out,
And
we'll be able to
vacations
get
if everything
Like-
opens.
and
so-
vacations if
Yeah.
we
Bike
can.
rides or motorcycle rides?
bicycle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's actually.
Bicycle.
I have my. I'm gonna take my mountain bike to get tuned up so I can get back out on the trails and stuff.
Yeah, I do rail trails.
You need to message Dave Prosick on Facebook, my mechanic, and say you're my dad, and be like, I heard there's a beer bike group.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, and I forgot all about
Yeah,
it.
send him
Yeah.
a message.
Yeah,
Dan Prosick, local here in Fractal.
29er.
Yeah, no, we do rail trails because they're relatively flat,
That
Yeah.
compact
nice.
gravel. If the weather's nice, I'm going out to Lehigh Gorge tomorrow.
Lehigh Gorge, have you rode it before?
I've many times.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, especially
Awesome.
like the white. Like if you go up to the Whitehaven
Mhm.
trailhead and ride down, it's such a nice ride.
It is.
Doing both ways sucks.
I've done it.
Yeah, I have
I've done
too,
it.
and like going from Jim Thorpe up to Whitehaven and back, like I'm like I can't sit on my seat anymore for the last 10 miles.
That's I usually start in Glenanoco because it's less traffic
Yeah.
and better parking. I've gone from there up to the end at Mountain, just outside of Mountaintop,
Yeah,
and back.
yeah. Well, I've done that before.
And that's like
and-
60.
Yeah, it's a
Christ,
like
brutal
65
ride.
miles.
Damn.
But like
But
the,
now they open the bridge
Balls hurt
Yeah.
thinking about it.
in Jim Thorpe.
Fuck yeah.
The
While we're in
chafing.
Northampton. now.
yeah, like we'll get on the trailhead at Whitehaven usually,
Yep.
and ride down. It's such a nice because you go through like the old locks and stuff. There's a few waterfalls and old train buildings and
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm gonna put
it's a
baby
really
powder
nice
on my
ride.
nuts after this
Right?
conversation.
The
Dude, you
last
fucking-
time I rode a bike, I was on acid, but the time before that, I fell down a mountain. So like, I don't have a good track record for bikes.
Man, no kidding.
The
No
key
kidding.
is you got to get the like padded underpants.
Yeah.
I heard
or
a
that
story.
anti
Yeah.
I heard a story
butt
that we
powder.
hung out one time, and you were possibly on acid, and I didn't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just saying to Andy because Andy was like, "What did I
I was
mention?"
like, I seen Cheesefoot the other night. They're like, you seen Cheesefoot the other night? Like, how was he? I'm like, he was Cheesefoot. They're like, he's on acid. I was like, he fooled me.
I don't remember.
The
I usually don't like to be
You ever
around
get the
people, so
opportunity,
like
Great
I
Allegheny
probably was
Passage?
like,
Okay.
from Pittsburgh to Cumberland, Maryland.
Okay.
we are going
150
over
miles.
Oh man.
Doing a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at doing that some point this summer. Start in Pittsburgh, finish in Cumberland, Maryland, get on the Amtrak train and go back to Pittsburgh, get in your car and go home.
Did you ever do the Appalachian
Oh,
Trail
man.
yet?
You don't do that. On
That's
the
a
bike.
hiking.
Oh, you don't.
You're actually not allowed bikes on most of them.
Oh, damn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
shit.
can't-
What is?
can't
Did
ride
they
a bike.
open a trail between like the between Frackville and St. Clair? That like the what's the road that everyone travels? The
I don't think you're actually allowed to be back there.
there's like wooden planks
Yeah.
like you could walk.
It's municipal authority land
A
because
lot of that's water authority.
yeah, because like
'Cause I
you
see
can-
people walk
damn.
it all the time.
Yeah, I mean you can. It's just that you might. Well, apparently they're actually stopping people now because you can get the
Yeah.
actual trailheads behind Dunkin' Donuts and by Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you walk that back to you follow the creek, it takes you to the Wolf Creek Falls.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
there's also if you go up the Burma to the first pole line, that also will take you to the Wolf Creek Falls. But the fucking municipal authority has a like sign now that it's no trespassing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which it never
wow.
was like.
Because
that
I see
until
people
now.
I see people walking all the time. They like that's like
I don't know how enforced
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But it's one of those.
I've
you'll
heard
get a
those
fine reward.
waterfalls are pretty nice.
They're gorgeous. I haven't
Damn.
been there in a long time, but like
never
we're
been
gonna
there.
take the dogs out there tomorrow, and I went to the keg stand after work today, and I rode down the Burma to stop at the trailhead. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's this one because it's been a long time, and they have like makeshift water authority because of the coronavirus. We don't want you on our land. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
I'm like, so I can't hike in the woods with my dogs to a waterfall because of the Rona.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
what Andy was saying, he's like, "What?" I said, "Anti-monkey butt powder is
Oh,
like
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
anti-chafing thing then too." So
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah, that is a real thing for real. It's like a monkey with a red ass, and he's
Cool.
just like chafed.
They sell
But
it at
anyhow,
hardware stores.
but anyhow,
Buttercream.
Here's- oh, but-
buttercream is a real thing.
buttercream.
B-
He's trying
UTTR.
so hard to find a way to close this.
Right.
I see him
So-
struggling. He's yeah, go ahead.
Everybody good? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody got it all out of them? Here's Ultraviolet. Go ahead.
Thank you for listening to Bangin Beers Podcast. We'll see you
Thanks,
next
guys. Peace.
Bye.
Don't get the Rona.
I would have wished you the best, but now I lost for the day. You ain't nothing to me. You got one step away.